Testing, 1, 2, 3. What's going on, fellow rogues? It's Mass Mayor here, and welcome in for episode 3 for Blueprints. So, previous stream for this, guys, we got like a few more things accomplished in regards to unlocking a few permanent upgrades. One being like, I think, like a little bit of a extra, like, starting allowance every day. And also, we had unlocked a thing that allowed us, we figured out how to get into the garage. And we went around, figure out how to open up the gate, like, outside. That allowed us to pretty much have easy access to this one spot where we can open up, like, every run. We could do like a unique area outside that gives us, like, perks for inside the mansion. Like, one example was that we found like a shelter that allowed us to nullify the effects of the first 3 red rooms we found, since they gave negative effects. And we also found like some other things. Like, what was another one we did? Yeah, there was there was an altar that allows us to get like a blessing that lasted a few days, depending on how much money we put into the altar. So definitely some interesting stuff that helped us kind of like, helped us out moving forward. So I'm hoping that during this stream we may be able to figure out like a few more permanent upgrades, because obviously those 2 things like definitely helped out a lot. Considering that I did have like my best run yet yesterday, due to the basically the effect of the shelter allowed me to nullify the effect of 3 blue rooms, red rooms. I was able to do that, and then I was able to go and get a meal that based around. I went to the kitchen, bought a meal that pretty much for every like red room I had on the map, it gave me like 5 more steps. Essentially, basically everything I did, I practically like doubled my run, doubled my steps up to like 100. So hopefully we'll have like some good luck again today as we continue to try to move forward. We're on day 9 right now, because there are a few things I'm still wanting to do. Because we got like a magnifying glass previously, and we figured out like the terminal password was Swan Song. So there's that. So the security room, we figured out like it actually worked for like the ones in the laboratory, and the shelter also had a computer as well, with their own like particular things you could do to allow us to log into the network with that password. But one dilemma, that one conundrum I'm still trying to figure out is revolves around the dark room. We need a magnifying glass like to go, because there was like several like pictures in the dark room that like they definitely could like use the magnifying glass for that. So hopefully we'll be able to get a combination of a magnifying glass and also access to the dark room during this stream, so we can hopefully crack the code on that. Anyway, without further ado, we're gonna go ahead and jump on into this, because there may be a possibility of a watch party night on my Discord tonight. Not entirely sure. I do still need to go to the gym sometime later, but I'll figure out, like, time frames for everything. But for now, let's go ahead and see if we can get further into this, because we got really close to the antechamber last time, but, like, fell short. Like, the two, we had, like, we got all the way up there to it, but I wasn't able to pull out, like, a room that allowed me to go in there. There's some other things, like I found a library that allowed me to check out a book, so hopefully maybe this stream will be able to get access to the library again and get the book and all that. Which kind of, like, was tied to this children's author who we found out apparently she went missing after she had left her publisher, after a scandal that occurred. But there's, like, a lot we gotta do. First off, we're gonna start this off by going on out here and going through the gate, getting our little outside perk here to start things off. Get our room here. I'm having a feeling like there's probably gonna be, like, more to the antechamber than just us going in there, because I know they said something about we're gonna need levers and things like that. But it seems like each time I play this game, there's more mysteries to solve. But at least we got something right here that should be able to help us, depending on what our outside room here is gonna be. So our choices are root cellar, trading post, and hovel. See, I kind of want the hovel because there's, like, so many times last stream where, like, it was costing gems. The only thing about it is obviously, the steps, I feel like they're as crucial as the gems, but I don't know. Now, if I do the root cellar, that could help. I think I'm going to do the root cellar. In the event we find a shovel. It'd be nice if they actually just gave me a shovel, like, when I... See, because there's even, like, a few spots here. See, what would be cool if, like, the root cellar actually gave you had access to the shovel from it. But I feel like that'd make things too easy. In regards to the family tree here, Baron Thomas Sinclair, Baroness... Let me see. I swear I thought that Mary Epson, wasn't that the children's author, the, like, children's book author, I thought? Not entirely sure. I've been trying to, like, piece things together on if, she's, Simon's mother or something. Because, again, there's, like, so much going on with this game. Like, it's, trying to connect dots and... Which I do have something else I want to try so we can get the shelter again. Because I kind of thought about something, like, in between, like, the last stream and this one. It was something there might have been a bit of oversight. And I was supposed to have allowance, like, starting allowance or whatever, but... I don't have anything. I know of, at least. But also my stuff hasn't... Wait, what's this? Oh, right, they leave it here. Makes sense. Master Simon, good morning. It's come to my attention that you have been granted a daily allowance to use while in the state. If it is convenient for you, I will leave the required sum here in the entrance hall each morning. If there's anything else you require, please do not hesitate to ask. Even though we have all been requested to remove ourselves from the premises during your stay, I can assure you that I am still personally overseeing that this stay is at least operating at a baseline standard of service that I hope you will one day come to expect of us. Miss Babbage. Babbage always looking out for me, it seems. Alright, and as far as I know, there's a way for us to increase it. So at least we start off with 2 coins, which is great. Okay, we do the den. It's gonna, like, we'll do the den first off. We're gonna start trying to plot this perimeter here. We don't want the storeroom just yet. A corridor, though. Alright, now see if we can get a storeroom here. See, this is the same combination of pictures I saw before. Praying hands and a crowbar. I'm trying to think here. I mean, because it may even be like, that the hands and the crowbar, I don't know. See, we've seen this combination before. I took a picture of it. Okay. Rosary. I'm pretty sure that's like rosary beads. 'Cause, 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 'cause I'll figure it out eventually. There's definitely gonna be something to that. I'm hoping that maybe I can kind of connect it. All right, this is that one here. I'm hoping I can connect the dots somehow based around the other pictures. All right. Well, I wish I would have been a shovel, but... See, here's another one. It looks like flan. Flan and sand? Flan, sand. I may be wrong on it, but I think I'm starting to piece something together. I may be wrong. I wonder if it could be a possibility that the words had to sound similar. Flan and sand. Both of them have A and N in common. Okay. See, I'm not using the Rocket book now since I was having some problems with that or whatever. Like the ink for the pens I was using actually sticking. So I just went and got me like a little pen and paper thing here. Okay, we're gonna like do like a little thing here for the pictures, for drawings. Drawings. Okay, we'll say flan and sand. See, the main thing I'm kind of seeing here is that both of them have like one... I mean, I'm not entirely sure. Flan and sands. Could it be sands? We'll just say sands on it. I'll figure it out. I mean, I'm pretty sure once I find, like, you know, find a link between other pictures, even if that is it or whatever. So it makes you wonder, like, if it is, like, you know, similar sounding words here. Beads... I know it's going to sound morbid, but beads and beat? The thing is, crowbar sounds like that's going to be too on the nose. Or, like, not too on the nose or whatever. Hopefully it's not going to be on the nose, or that's going to, like, give someone a broken nose. Horrible jokes aside. Prayer? Or pray? Pray and pry? That might not be the case, because it may not be like rhyming, like it could. All right, I don't know. I'm just going by. I mean, I can easily just erase it. I'm just thinking, because obviously you pry with a crowbar. P-R-A-Y, P-R-Y. All right, we'll just say pray and pry. I'm not entirely sure if that's what's going on here, but that's the closest I can think of. And it kind of makes sense. All right, pray and pry. I'm just hoping that maybe I'm, like, you know, on the right track here, and it's going to kind of, like, you know, push me towards something else. See, there's another one here, too. So there's two types of cards. We got a queen. Queen of diamonds and an ace of spades. I don't know about this one. This one might be a little bit tougher. I swear I think this... I want to say I think this one might be in here every time we come here, but I'm not entirely certain or not. I'm not certain. I mean, can't be certain if it is. Okay, so... We got an ace. We got a queen of diamonds and an ace of spades. Okay, I'm not gonna like push on it like too much where because we got more stuff to do here. All right, let's kind of like plot where we're gonna go with this one first. Drawing room seems like that's the best bet, but the problem is we can't access it. Redraw. Didn't want to use that early, but we'll do a spare room. I wish I could have had one that would have went up, but hopefully, I can kind of like salvage this. I think I've done it before. This works. All right, whenever. All right, we'll just. Okay. Let's kind of like go around this way first. So I'm even like wondering if there might be something to this right here, but I don't know. It seems like because it feels like why would that be in here? It seems like it might like because it seems like whenever there's an item, there's some significance to it. Okay, there's another one. 10. Tag, stag and tag. Okay, I think I might be firing like blanks here, or whatever, rogues. I mean, I might not be like on, but it seems like I'm kind of catching something here. If this is what I'm thinking is going on here, it means like Flan and Sands may be a bit off, but pry, stag, tag. It seems like a concept behind this. If this is what I'm thinking right here, and I might have actually figured this out. I'm hoping I did. Pry, stag, tag. Like coincidence here with both these things. That's what I'm thinking. Is that it's a 4-letter word and a 3-letter word, and they have something in common that each of them has. Like each of them basically sounds similar. There's a word you can like a letter you can possibly take out of it. I'm not entirely sure. I mean, maybe I'm just really just come up with some kind of convoluted solution to this. But that's the thing. It sounds like all right. So stag and tag. Because I was thinking originally, I was like buck and. But, because I was like, okay, well, I thought like $10 or whatever, then buck or whatever, but that was like, okay, well, just like kind of like, just hope that maybe I'm figuring something out there, but we'll see. Like, I'm trying not to like stay too focal on it. Okay, there's a problem because if I do the chapel here or whatever, but it gives me like some more room, so I don't want to lose no money. But can't really got much of a choice here. Like I said, I mean, if I figured it out like that or whatever, I'm gonna be pretty proud of myself. That definitely is like, I'm hoping that actually might be the sun there. We're not gonna go to the chapel just yet. And we're finding more dig spots, but again, I need a shovel. Okay, there's nothing in this room other than the dig spot. And it's just like one thing is like, I guess like I've been really trying to keep in mind about this game is I need to really pay attention. Again, it's just these 2 cards right here are a problem. Because we're thinking like if it is like a 4-letter word and a 3-letter word. I just thought about grace and ace. But I don't think that's it either. Because I thought like grace and ace, because you think like your grace. Like, royalty and everything. She is a queen. But I don't know about that. I mean, I could say grace and ace. I could just think about that. Put that there. And if I'm wrong, like figure out something else, I can try that later. Because again, this might not even be the solution. But I'm just like, jotting it down, Grace and ace. I'm trying to think about the fact that like 2 of the things here, pray, stag, tag. That's like, 1 4-letter word, and the other one's like 3-letter word. And grace is 5 letters, ace is 3 letters. So, but again, I might even be on the right track with this. I'm just kind of like, just keeping like a note of it in case it's a possibility. Okay, we got another one here. Bride and... Okay, this one might be a little bit trickier. So we got bridge, I guess. Hmm. Let's, like, unlock the doors first, and then I'll come back to it. All right, we want to, like, do the nook. Because we want to, like, try to keep a path going up here. All right. Cause see, bridge. Cause if it's going by the whole thing with the stag and tag, and the other one or whatever, and pry and pray. Like where we basically have like two words that sound similar, and then we take like a letter out of it. It should be that thing here where like one's a 3-letter word and one's a 4-letter word, if that's the case. Like I thought like wed. But I can't think of anything that like can kind of like fit that. I mean, I think bridge. Bridge and bride both have like B and R in it, but that don't sound like that might be the case. I think dress. Dress and... See, dress is a 5-letter word, so that is what we're going by here. I'm trying to think of a 4-letter word for either of these. Might be one I have to come back to. Like, it'd be nice, like, if they had, like, the same painting in each room, so I can, like, that way if I miss one, I can come back to it and check it out later. I don't know. There's definitely some significance between these. If we're, like, because, again, I was going by how they said that the paintings, they said that the drawings, the sketches do have some kind of significance to them. There's like, a big underlying, puzzle to these. So I'm just trying to think here without, like, dwelling on it too long. It's not creek. I think bride and... Definitely not bride and tide. So that to be sent like, where like, you can cut like a letter out if that's what we're doing. I'll come back to it. I'll just like, make a note of it right here. I already solved it. I solved it without realizing it. But that's what we're doing. You take the G out of bridge, it spells bride. I already figured it out. I think we're on the right track here with it. Bride and bridge. Yeah. Okay. So basically, the amount of letters doesn't matter. But you take away the G from bridge, it says it's bride. I literally didn't like realize it until I was writing it down. I was thinking about it so much I didn't think about like the significance of that. Okay, yeah, bridge and bride. That's I think we're definitely onto something here. Just gotta keep in mind it doesn't matter how many letters. So flan and sands. That's the only thing about like the first one we talked about flan and sand. Look at this real quick. That's the thing. The only thing about it is the stag, tag, grace, ace, bridge, bride, bridge. only problem is, let me actually reverse bride and bridge, so that one kind of keep like a little bit of a thing here, because I have like the first letter in each thing, or the first word. You guys can see right here. I don't know if I can see it. Probably not, because I think, but I kind of like I'm trying to do a thing where I have like the word in fully intact, and then like the word that the letters pulled from afterwards. All right. Okay, so that leaves the first one. I might have been off on that. So the thing is, pray, pry, stag, tag, grace, ace, bridge, bride. So flan and sands might be off. I don't think it's not spoon and dunes, because there was a spoon on the flan. Unless it wasn't a flan. They got me there. Dessert, desert. Clever game, clever, okay. Dessert and desert. Okay, Rogues, I think I figured this whole puzzle out. So every time I see a picture or whatever, I definitely need to keep this in mind. This is going to be a fun little puzzle. I'm liking this one. If this is really where, and it's just not some massive coincidence I'm going with here. Dessert, desert. Which should have been one of the most obvious ones. And if it's what I'm thinking here, the thing is, the grace and ace one might be a problem, because each one of them is taking one letter away. Grace and ace, that means it had to take away 2 letters, so that might be one that I'm going to have to put a question mark next to, because I may be wrong on that. Alright, so it may not be grace and ace. If it's what I'm thinking it could be, I may be wrong. I'm not going to say anything just yet. But I'm having a good idea on what it might be the reason why they keep, a letter keeps getting removed. But for now, let's go on here and apply another thing for the observatory. Okay, so 6. What are we getting with 6? Nothing. One sec. It may not let me get any reward for this one today. That was weird. Why is it saying okay, that was odd. See, this thing is so confusing. I'm guessing what it means is that, if, depending on, how many I've got or whatever, how many things I got, it can give me, a certain amount for a particular day. Tub or bath and bat. That one's pretty easy. At least now I know, what these things are for. If, I mean, obviously there's still some significance or whatever, but... And I may be wrong, but again, it seems like this might be too coincidental for me to be, too far off on what I'm trying here. Now, if we do, see, I want to make sure we got, a way up. Okay, we'll put this... Do we want to do it that way? See, if we do it this way, we have, more paths going... Yeah. We'll make it face this way. Okay. Clock, lock. Only thing I'm hating is like every room I'm having to stop like to check these where, but I want to make sure I don't miss any. Clock. Lock. Alright, so that's another one. Let's say I'm also gonna like test to see if like it's gonna be like the same painting in each room, but I don't know. I swear I thought like the you know, the prayer beads or whatever, or like, you know, the praying hands and the crowbar were elsewhere. We'll do a hallway here. Alright, got this one. It's a road and a rod. The more I'm like, you know, catching these, where the more it definitely is feeling like there's definitely something going on with it. I probably want to go ahead and unlock the kitchen. This thing like definitely saved me last time or whatever. Stage and sage? If that's sage. I think I don't really know my flowers too much. I'm just kind of worried about like the magnets here. I know they've had like you know, they had like some symbolism with blue being true for stuff and like red not being. But I don't think that's really like, you know, something that's at play here. I'm guessing this is stage and sage. That's what I'm hoping it is. We'll just say stage and sage. If I'm wrong later, I'll figure it out. All right, let's see what's on the menu for today, you know, for when I come back to get some food. Okay, so it's the same stuff. I think. I mean, because here's the thing. If I do this, it's only going to give me like, you know, 5 for every room. So it's only going to be like, what, 5? So it would still get more than a banana, but less than a club sandwich. I'm going to watch like how many red rooms I go for, because, you know, that could cause me problems. Okay, we can do the parlor here, I guess. Because I don't want to lock things out. Coat and cot. All right. First, I know we had the magnifying glass here before, and of course, it's not here this time, which sucks. So I need that magnifying glass if we find the dark room again. All right, let me see. There are 3 boxes in this room, or you're telling the truth. 2 boxes in this room are empty. Okay, this is gonna be hard. There are 3 boxes in this room. Yeah. 2 boxes in this room are empty. You're telling the truth. This box is one of 2 empty boxes. This one's gonna be tougher. Unless... So if you're lying... Okay, hold on. These 2 are telling the truth. Alright, 3 boxes in this room. 2 boxes in this room are empty. This box is one of the 2 empty boxes. You're lying. You've got to be. Booyah. Starting to catch on to their ploys. Now, we can get up to rank 8 or where we'll get food. And this one gives us like a couple paths here, so... If we do this, we get 4 different ways to go. I hate it, but we're gonna go with the passageway. You know, there's probably gonna be like some locked doors here. Might be a chance for me to get like food later. Okay, here's the garage. We can get 3 keys from the garage. We've already done the puzzle here. The main thing I'm kind of thinking about is that if we do... See, there's also a means for us to go downwards. See if we... Things I can't access the garage anyway, so I was going to do the... I just noticed that. Alright, is there any paintings in here? I don't think there's paintings in here. Okay, we've already seen that one. Tube and tub. Okay. Lock the course. Please don't be locked. Watch it be locked. No? It'd be great to have that one, but unfortunately... Well, I mean... I can replenish my steps, but see, we do need, like, some gems and a key. Okay, we got another one here. So there should be another one. Okay, it looks like wheat. Rain and grain. Almost got me on that one. That's the thing about it, because they also, like, you know, they throw fastballs at you, because, like, a lot of these things, of course, can, like, mean different words. It could have been, like, wheat, right, like, wheat, grain. And this could have been, like, you know, any number of things, like, you know, from... Because the main thing I was thinking sleet for some reason, sleet and wheat, but that didn't make no sense. Okay, do we use it here or in the passageway? Whatever. No, I don't... I want to use it in the passageway. Because there's still, like, all the way down there at the chapel and nook and everything. There's areas we ain't even explored yet, but... The boiler room. See, the thing about... Oh, wait, we do need the library, though. Because I did have that book I checked out. Definitely feels like, you know, there's something like long-term... What's this? Is this a treasure? Oh. We got a treasure map. And going by this... 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's in the west hallway. We just need a shovel. There's a treasure in the West Wing Hall, and I think there was actually like a dirt plot in there. Okay, here's my book. Do I have to read the whole thing, or? Okay, this is cool. So we got like a whole book we can read here. Swimbird by Marion Marigold. Alright, I'm a dare bird, a daring and brave bird. Diving so deep, a ride on the way bird. Again. I am a dare bird, a daring and brave bird, diving so deep bird, a wide on the way bird. There's not dare I would not do. There's not depth I would not dive to. However, my friends are not very open to the idea I like the sky less than the ocean. Bird in the sky, not in the sea. That is what they say when looking at me. You're not seabird, you're not swim bird. If you're a friend bird, fly in the wind bird. This is some clever writing. And shouldn't you always listen to friends, for they know me best, or so they pretend. So I dare not dive, and I dare not swim, and I dare not step foot in the ocean again. I dare not smile, I dare not laugh, for they will do it for me and on my behalf. And I dare not dream, and I dare not speak, for my friends won't like the real me. And I'll say goodbye to my dreams in the sea and wonder why daring feels just like defeat. It sounds to me like they couldn't accept him for who he was. Okay, the main thing I'm looking at here is that dare is continuously highlighted. Dare is continuously Wait. I was trying to like see because there's some stuff highlighted here, but I don't think that has any significance. Because like Y and Y right there. I don't know what significance that was. It feels like, obviously, why would they let you check it out? Wait a minute. It says right here Simon checked it out in 1985. Hold up a second here. Now, I don't know if there's any significance to this. Because I don't know how old Simon is. We've already said there may be a possibility that she might be his mother. But here's the thing, all right? 85. 86, 87, 88, 89. So that's like 8 years right there. So it could have been a possibility that Simon was like a kid when he got it. When he first read it. But here's like the key thing here. So, for whatever reason, Miss Babbage, also like checked it out in 86. But here's like, a very interesting note here. Detective Bon Margle. And I'm wondering if he checked it out to try to see if like, there's any kind of clues or whatever. Like, in regards to that might have been around the time that Mary went missing. It's definitely like a lot to unpack there. Let me take a picture of this real quick because there's just too much to write down in the book, in the notebook. I don't know if there's any significance, but I'm definitely gonna take a picture of that. There's definitely like something to unpack there. It looks like. I know there was that thing we read about, like with the whole article of her going missing. There's another one here. It's the tag again. So it's that same dog tag again, where it is a 10, but I'm wondering if it might be different. I think tag. I mean, I think tag and crag, but that doesn't make no sense either because that's still 2 words missing, 2 letters missing. Let me see. All right, so I'm thinking, because I don't want to leave without this one. Ten and now this one right here is kind of throwing me for a loop. I feel like every time we see like the one on the left hand side or where one like the one on that side or whatever, and then the one afterwards where it was the one that has like the word cut, like a letter cut out of it. Also, but the thing is, this isn't the second time. This isn't the first time we've encountered one where they've used like a picture twice. But that was the same thing with the tub and the bath. It was like same like picture, but 2 different words for it. So it's a similar thing here. So the thing is, the tag definitely has to have like a different meaning. I wonder if it could have anything to do with the 10. I was thinking trench. Okay. It looks like a beach, also. Hmm. I thought trench, but it's not trench. Yeah, this one's definitely trying to think that like the dots we need to connect on this one. I was thinking like if I look at it in the nearest set, it could look like it'd be like a 0-1 instead of a 10, but obviously it's a 1 and a O, like it's a 10, so. That's how, like, the music went quiet on me. There's not any other ones in here because I was making sure, like, it was like, maybe that was possibly like there was 2 different sets, but that ain't it. Hmm. Is it Cliff? Nah. Because obviously I don't think they're even cliffs. I mean, they might be. Yeah, this one's kind of tough. And the things I'm having a feeling it's probably gonna be like a very obvious, like, like a very obvious one or whatever. Like I'm gonna be kicking myself for when I realize what it actually means, like what the link is, or what the actual words are. So I think, like I said, maybe this is I'm focusing too much on the 10. But I mean, last time I said tag. I mean, it was tag and stag. So I really don't need to focus on this too much. I need to continue. Um, it's not view and something. I think necklace. I'm trying to think like all the words I can think of for necklace. Because I think 10. And what's a word like, that that basically has all the letters for 10, but like then adds one. 10. Listen, it's not tag and crag because again, crag, doesn't contain like all the letters for tag. I have to like, just remember these. Remember this one. Come back to it. I know I want to like get all of them really quickly, so. Let's say Cliff. And necklace and tag. Question mark that one. No, and I'm hoping that maybe it'll be one of those things where like, I'll be like walking around and suddenly I'll remember it. I'll figure it out, but I doubt that's gonna be the case. All right, so I'm gonna try to check out another book if I can. I mean, if I can, I don't think there's. I mean, I got like wait till I come back since I actually already checked it out. That says November 15th. It's kind of coincidental that it's like that's April 15th. Still, I mean, I don't want to leave without doing this one, but I mean, I ain't got no choice because I don't want to like spend too much time on it. I'll figure it out later. I got time like to stick around doing this. Oh, that could be useful. Chamber of Mirrors. Okay, that's trippy. But the question is, how does it work? The only problem is I don't know how this works. Thing is, I'm also seeing like another one here. Okay, so we got ourselves plane. This is I think plane and paint, but I mean, could it be I was right about the crag and tag one? Because I'm thinking here like plane and paint. That's like what? I don't know. That might because I think it's like they're definitely getting more intricate. It kind of feels like it's actually kind of like hitting me like a little harder like as I'm getting higher up here. But then again, at the same time, the cards one was pretty tricky. All right, so let's see. Plane and planet. Well played, game. Yeah, it's painting a planet. So the thing is, it was trying to throw me off because I was thinking Earth. But yeah, plane and planet. Still kind of makes me come back to this one now that I saw like how the wall went with that one. So But this one's still like, is escaping me. Plane. All right, we got a planet and plane. Now we got, because the main thing I'm kind of worried about here is, like, it could be, like, breaking conventions, what I thought, and, like, it could be this one might have the shorter word, and this one might have the longer one. I was thinking shore, but it looks like there might be, like, some, it looks like there might be, some kind of, like, landmass on the other side, too, so it's not a shore. I was thinking valley, shore. Again, I was still saying crag and tag, but I still like 2 letters. It seems like the whole trend is that, they're taking, like, 1 letter away each. And crag and tag, I mean, both of them have AG still. One's got T, the other one's got C and R. I'm just still, like, wish I could figure this one out. It is water, but... Yeah, I'll leave this one. I'll figure it out. I mean, I remember what they look like and all that. I mean, I remember, like, what it is, what they look like. Because at least we're, like, we got, like, a good number already, so we just gotta, like, keep at it. There's other puzzles I definitely need to kind of, like, figure out anyway. Okay, we definitely ain't doing that one. Problem is, we do the den. It's gonna, like, definitely dead end everything. So we don't want to do that. So we'll do the spare room as much as I need the jewel. See, another dirt plot, too. So we're seeing all these dirt plots. But I'm not finding a shovel anywhere. We're definitely gonna do a courtyard. Because this also gives us, like, more dirt plots. Is that a metal detector? Great chance of... Oh! That's nice and everything, but I wish I could, like, hit these dirt plots. I'm seeing so many around here or whatever, and I'm just thinking about all the stuff I can be finding. I just used that, unfortunately. Okay, now I'm seeing what they're talking about. See, now we're at where I am. I realize we are drawing, like, repeats of previous rooms. See, if I do this, there's a chance I can get, like, 2, and but this one will got... Well, yeah, this the other spot right there ain't really gonna help. I'll do this one, because it'll give me a chance of getting 2 gems. And there's an apple right there, so that works. I mean, it didn't give me a whole lot, but still, it's gonna, like, at least thin things a little bit. I just wish I could find a shovel. Hopefully this will be an easier one. This is the blue box. The blue box is true. The blue box is empty. This is a problem. So we know this one's telling the truth. That's obvious. It's the blue box. The blue box is true. The blue box is empty. Okay, I think I get it. When it says true, it means that I think, like, that means it's making a true statement. So if this is saying it's the blue box, if it's saying true isn't if it's actually telling the truth, you're a liar. Please be right. Please tell me I called it on that one. Oh, fudging heck. So when it said true, whatever, it meant, like, it was telling the truth. But see, here's the problem. Here's where I got screwed up. That's where I messed up. It was telling me the blue box is telling the truth. No, but we did open this one up. That's where I messed up. I realized where I did wrong. I got ahead of myself. So it does mean when it says the blue box is true, it means that the blue box is telling the truth. So this one's saying it was empty, meaning I should have trusted that. Meaning if it was lying, I should have went to the blue box. I screwed myself over on that one. That one was on me, Rogues. Totally on me. Fire and... Is that a fir tree? Nah, it can't be. That might be... Fire and fur? I don't know if that's a fur or not. Just to look it up, because I swear, if I just got that one right or whatever, that's I could get that one, but not the one about, like, the tag in the shore. That's, well, I mean, because technically a fir tree is basically a Christmas tree, and that's what that looks like. I'm gonna go and just go with it. Just, if I'm wrong, I can figure it out later. Because that one is kind of like on the, like, you know, seems like that could work. So, fire and fur. Okay. I'm just gonna go with it. Just, like, not push on too much. Watch this door be locked. God dang it. Alright, so it looks like we're gonna have to do some backtracking here, because we know that the West Wing Hall is locked. Again, I've got all these dirt plots where I can't do anything with them. And the metal detector just went off for a second. So it's kind of tribute like going to the parlor twice. That's the only thing about that. It makes me like, you know, kind of like, wait, did I just come this way? I feel like I probably should just go ahead and just, you know, get like the club sandwich. Yeah, it's no big deal. I'm kind of like, you know, running on... Alright. Again, it's road and rod, so we already got that one. Okay, there wasn't there like a one we got in here? Clock and lock. Alright. See, now I can go to the... go and check out the... we gotta go around and get to the chapel. I can also check out the nut, because did I ever get the key out of here? See, I should have stopped and got the key. Oh, wait, hold on a second. Magnifying glass. Now we just need to find the dark room. I'm trying to remember, was there somewhere else where I need to, like, use the magnifying glass this run? I can't remember. I don't think there was just yet. But we definitely need to find that dark room now, so I can, like, you know, try to... Okay, this is a problem. None of them are really, like, helping me here. Shoot. Well, at least I can, like, none of these are helping. At least I can do is, like, use this to go in here and grab me, like, you know, a little more food. And also, see, the only problem is, I know that's a tie, but I can't remember what that thing is. What that's called. I know it's for cakes, I believe. Or is it? So that's the only issue with this one. I know that's a necktie, but I can't remember what this thing right here is called. the only reason that one's catching me or whatever. I can't remember the name of that thing. If it wasn't for that, where I probably already have it solved. Because honestly, the truth is, I mean, I not remember the name of it. It looks like it's for cakes, but what is the name of that thing? I say Thai and like that's the only reason this was getting me, because I can't remember what this thing is called. Otherwise, I probably already have it, figured out. I mean, I don't even know if it's actually for cakes. I mean, that's like the first thing I thought of when I saw it. Okay, just for this one, because I don't remember what the name of it is. I'm just trying to, like, just trying to, like, just find this one or whatever. I made sure I look up just Thai, or just try to isolate it. Okay, like, so I'm just trying to get this one then, because like I said, normally, because I'm just trying to, like, just figure this one out, just like figure out what this thing is and like next to it. They made me think too damn hard on it. Thai, and the thing is, and I figured it out while trying to look up what it was. It's not about what the thing is called, it's what it's symbolizing. Thai and tear. I figured it out while I was trying to look up, like, what this thing was called, and I realized, wait a minute, tears. My stupid self. All right, game, well played. You made me overthink it again. Makes me do that a lot. Okay, whatever. Like, I was midway through looking it up, just trying to figure this one out, just figure out what this thing was supposed to be, just to see if I can figure out the picture of it. So, like, to see if I can find something to tell me this, what the picture of this one was. It seems like they're all like, they're definitely like, certain, well, like, obviously, the pictures are going to be linked or whatever. So it's like, okay, just look up Thai. And I was trying to figure that one out. Okay, yeah, so. So technically I still solved it without actually having to look it up, but I was in the process of doing so when I did figure it out, so. My problem is there's going to be 3 rooms over there we're not even going to be able to, like, get into, because... Okay, but see, this one's still annoying the heck out of me. Okay, so there's an ace card. So we got ace of spades. And we got, the queen right here, diamond. Queen of diamonds. So it's one of the face cards. Fuck. Face an ace. Son of a... This game's starting to make me mad now. And that was, be just like blurting it out on my own. It's the frustrating when you have, like, the ones where you solve by accident just by saying it. It's like, basically, when just, you say something or whatever, and you realize you solved it without even actually, realizing it. Face an ace. Okay, stupid. There better be... There better be a really good payoff for these pictures. I am dead serious. That one made me mad. Oh, yeah, that's right. I want to see if I can use the magnifying glass on this. Like, I don't think there's anything to it. But it's just the fact this thing shows up here or whatever. Normally, like, I'm gonna, like, have, like, some little townsperson right there mooning me or something like that when I, like... Okay, I don't think there's any significance to it. Okay. Now, see, I'm curious about, like, you know, this, too. It really does feel like these stained glass pictures where I may have something to them as well. So I feel like I should take time to maybe write these down. Alright. So what we got going on here? Like a maid. So the main thing I'm looking at here, there's numbers beneath them. There's numbers. And they all have different outfits on. They're all holding something. Okay, looks like I got like a whole nother thing to jot up here, Rogues. Give me a second. Okay. Try to make this quick. I'll put like a number and then we'll just like say just the, I guess. I don't know. I feel like the best thing I can kind of do is like just say, like there's a rider. Is that a chimney sweeper? Looks like a cook, a farmer, a maid, a king or a queen, I guess, and a gardener. Okay. So what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna let you know. Thankfully, I know my Roman numerals. So 1. All right. Altar puzzle or chapel puzzle. All right. 1 gardener. This won't take me too long. All right. That's the gardener. Second one. Cook or baker, whichever. All right, baker. I don't know. There's deadly something to this as well. 3, farmer. All right, 4. It's 4 right there. Which again, it looks like that's supposed to be a chimney sweeper. Could just say cleaner, but then again, that's basically a maid. I say chimney. Hang on. Chimney sweeper. All right, 5, which will be over 7. 5 is the maid. All right, and then 6 would be the rider. And then finally 7 would be the queen or whatever. Queen, Valkyrie, whatever you want to call it. It basically looks like it's something royal. It don't matter. Points, you know, getting across. It's something, you have sovereign nature. All right. Queen. Just say queen, whatever. Okay. Noted. Because again, there's deadly sin too. Why would they have like these numbers? And, you know, all of them wearing different outfits. I'm just hoping that's not going to be another one up there that we're missing. But that's the thing. All these were in order, so there's a ninth one where maybe that's something we'll, like, you know, we'll have to resolve some kind of puzzle. But we'll worry about that later. Well, we can get another closet here, but see, that's going to, like... Ah, crap, our run's about to end. Well, not necessarily. Hold on. If we can make it up to the courtyard or wherever, I can unlock that. All right. Well, the thing about it is, do I chance this? Because, see, here's the thing. There could be a key in there. Or else it could be a shovel. Because, I mean, our run's about to end anyway. I'll chance it. Please, at least let there be a key. Well, I think I came out better on it. I still got me a dice. Okay, I'll take that. I just wish I could find me a shovel. That's the only thing that's frustrating me here. We got all these plots we can dig up, and I can't find a single shovel. Now, see, I could, like, you know, open one of these up. Because there's 2 doors we need to unlock. But one of these could have something I could use in it. So please don't let me down on this. Well, yeah, that works. As compelled as I was, like, going to open up the other one or whatever, we're not doing that just yet. See, I was really thinking about, like, opening the other one, but we need to at least, you know, try to get a little further in. Just irritating. We got, like, that perk, like, to be able to get all these plots or whatever, and I can't even use them. Just give me a few more. A few more steps. I mean, let me see. Okay. Let's go hit the courtyard. Like, again, I continue to hope that I'll... See, it did it again. Okay, there's some... Alright, so there's gonna be like a key or something down in there. Please, come on, give me something good here. Might be best to do this one. That way we can get, like, you know, 2 different ways. Might give me a chance at a closet if I'm lucky. Problem is, the doors might be locked. Now we get a key card door. And watch this one be locked. Darn it. And I don't have a security room either. See, our run might be about to be over. Pretty sure I think the parlor over here is locked. And I didn't get to use a single one of my dirt plots here either. Crap. Yeah, my run just got goofed. I probably should have took a chance on that thing because I got some gems or whatever. And then I was able to use a couple of them, but not really for much. But at the very least, the main thing I kind of take away from this is I got, like, you know, some insight on things. I did, like, you know, see the stuff in the chapel. We got that wrote down. And also, we kind of figured out, like, the painting, or at least seems like we may have figured out the drawing thing. I just wish I could figure out that one, like, with the shore and the, I'm gonna have to go in my run here. Sadly, but at least, you know, it will be the last time we get to use the root cellar. We just gotta get, like, a proper, combination where we get to use the root cellar and find the shovel. See, if I would have, like, you know, put the shovel away last time and then, like, use the coat, like, the coat check. Yeah. So maybe like moving forward, if I do get a coat check and get the shovel, I should just go and put it away. That shovel's like I said, is very crucial at times for me to build. Because then it frustrates me because I had like some buried treasure there I could have dug up. That's one of the main things I'm miffed about. I don't know exactly what I would have got from it, but I want to test this. Okay, so the cards right there are the same. I don't know if it's going to be like for every time. Let me get my allowance first. Okay. So at least we got some progress, all things considered. I could, because I don't know what like doing the Make-A-Wish thing does, but I feel like if we continue to do it, eventually something may happen. But this definitely feels like this is going to be like one of those, like, you know, part of me is actually considering like switching this over and just like playing this like once a week on Wednesdays, but I do want to like, you know, make sure I continue to like, you know, make more progress at it. This is one, like, you know, I definitely don't want to, like, you know, just play once a week. Because, I mean, it's a relaxing game, so it could qualify. But I do want to get focused on my Power Wash Simulator stuff, you know, starting tomorrow as well. 2 special items. We're going to do this. Well, what is it? Oh! That's nice. What's this? Provides use of battery power contraptions. Yeah, well, the only thing is, like, I'm just hoping that's not going to be a waste of things. But that lockpick might come in handy. It said occasionally, so I was just not going to be game breaking or whatever, but that might help. So, I mean, I think what it means is that there's a chance they'll be unlocking any ordinary door. But if it doesn't, of course, if it doesn't work, I'm going to have to, like, you know, still find a key for it. But at least it kind of, like, you know, gives me a better chance of being able to get, like, get a free open on a door that would normally be locked. That's going to come in very handy. Now, the battery-operated thing, battery pack. It says contraptions made in the workshop. So I guess, like, there's a workshop thing where we can actually make stuff. So it doesn't really help us that much right now, but who knows? Maybe if we can roll the workshop. Okay, we want to, like, extend this out so we can try to find a closet. Yahtzee. Please have a shovel in here this time. Well. Okay. And as we can see here, whatever, it's the same, like, thing. So, yeah, dessert and desert. But these right here, like, you know, are definitely not in the same place. But then again, technically they are. Hold on a second. Okay, so I'm thinking I might actually see something else going on here. I'm pretty sure that, you know, this is the same, like, you know, part in the grid where I was before. And it's showing the beads and it's showing the prayer and pry, I guess. Pray and pry. So I'm wondering if what it means is that wherever it is you are in the grid, the thing will be there regardless. Like, it'll be the same painting regardless of, like, pictures regardless of what room. Which that'd be nice. All right, so what are we doing here? I feel like I should go ahead and do the commissary. Because they've got a shovel, so yeah. So if I can get some gold up or whatever, and plus there's this stair star. Or stairs, stars. Regardless, it'd be if it's stairs, stars, or stairs, stars. At the end of the day, it's an I we're taking out of that. I see it even. And look at that. I just noticed it. That kind of confirms where they're without. Yeah, so that is like what the whole point of it all is. That confirms it. With, stairs, without, stars. Okay. Okay. That's definitely, even more helpful. Like, tell me I'm on the right tracks. But we definitely need to come, like, make sure we get, like, 5 more gold so I can come back or 5 more coins so I can come back and get that shovel. I mean, I definitely need to start getting the commissary more often now. Hold on. Okay, so... They actually, like, got the commissary last time. We don't have a gem. But this can give us a chance to go and get a gem, so... Also, hang on a second, guys. Like, I got a sound descent going on. Alright, so what's the puzzle this time? What we got going on here for this one, for the combinations? Gem's not in the white box. Gems are not in this box. So that's a problem. I'm trying to think this out here. So it says that this one says the gems are not in the white box. But then this one says the gems are not in this box. Then it says the gems are in this box. Here's the thing, though. You're saying it's not in the white box. So you might be telling the truth. See, this one's saying the gems are in this box. I don't believe that. This is saying the gems are not in this box. So they're basically, in agreement. Yeah, this one's hitting me a little hard here. Gems are not in the white box. Gems are not in this box. The gems are in this box. See, that's what they want me to think. Because here's the thing. I feel like that one's lying. This one's telling the truth. That's the thing, because we can't have 3 liars here. Because that one's lying, it's not then it's not in that box. If this one's lying, they are in that box. But this one's like lying or whatever. This is tough, yeah. So this is saying the gems are not in this box. I'm just confusing me. The gems are in this box. So if those are both, they're telling the truth. It's saying the gems are not in the white box or whatever, and then it says the gems are not in this box where they're telling the truth. But this one didn't specify where it is. This one could be lying. I'm going to try something right quick. Because this one could be telling the truth, but it didn't say what box it's in. This one, it may be telling the truth as well, but this one could be the one that's lying. But this one already said where it wasn't. So I'm going to just... Watch me be wrong, but... Thank you. There was still a bit of a process elimination going on there. Because basically this one was telling the truth in that it wasn't in the white box. This one was saying it was in the white box as well. Kind of like, I took like a little bit of a chance there. But see, that kind of like was also telling me this one may have been lying. Yeah, I was about to get it. But yeah, that's kind of like what they were trying to really catch me off guard with that one. Because like, I felt like, okay, it says like this one was in the white box. That one's being too on the nose. That was saying it was in the white box. That one agreed with it. But this one also was the only one that didn't say what box it was in. So that one was lying, yeah. It was a little tricky still, but I got it. There was a little bit of luck going on there. Let's say we do this one. I kind of want to do that for the gems. Yeah. Now we got the magnifying glass. We've just got to find the security room. Well, not the security room, the dark room. We'll do the bedroom. Okay, so now we got the magnifying glass. See, there's that tie again. All right, tie and tier. We've already done that. Hang on. Hope I didn't just go back out here for nothing, because I don't know if the patio has anything. Okay, and also I kind of like... Plane and plan. So it's a good thing I did double back where it's a plane and plan. I'm also running out of room on this page, but thankfully at least I have like a whole nother side on the page I can use this for. Plane plan. Okay. Alright, so plane and plan's out of the way. And tier and tie. Now we do the courtyard. That'll give us another... We basically get our gem back and we get 3 routes here. And plus, see the stupid metal detector again. See this thing? I don't know. I'm not really much of a fan of it. But I look around enough anyway. So there's a great chance of finding keys and everything. But I mean, if it just gives a passive chance, awesome. But I thought that thing was supposed to, like, you know, that one room I entered was supposed to, like, you know, spread gems around all the green rooms. I swear, if it did, but it's underground, or it's in one of the plots, it kind of sucks. Okay, reroll. I know sometimes they'll have, like, you know, money in there too, and we want to try to buy that shovel. But with this, we can get another gem. In 3 ways we can go. Like, I'm mainly just trying to see if I can find that dark room. Of course, it's, well, not locked for long. Just a little bit longer. It's not gonna let me do it again, I bet. All right, I'll be back. Just wait. Okay, where's the pictures here? All right, stage and stage. We already did that one. I just wish I had my sledgehammer. Okay, we got that one at least. And I don't want to do the storage room just yet. Or also, we're kind of getting to a point where we definitely need to have something that's going to let us go up. So, we'll be able to curve around the drawing room here. Now, see, this is just a nightmare. Because the thing is, if this is a... See, they're trying to trick me. This room is trying to trick me, if I just noticed. We've already done this one. None of these paintings matter here. As far as I know they don't. Because the thing is, there's so many here, you couldn't, like, figure out, like, which one's linked or whatever, but they have, like, these right here. And we've already done it, which is fire and fur. Just trying to, like, you know, just... Wait one damn minute. Mm-hmm. Crap, this might be a problem, though. All right, so good news is we found another safe. I know, because I think I was looking at that where I was like, wait, something seems off about that, and I noticed, like, right there. Clever, but thankfully I was, like, paying attention on that one. Now we got ourselves a problem here. Why does he look like he's made of wood? It's a really weird looking chair, and like now I'm kind of like thinking about it. I was wondering if it could have been the clockware, but it's moving. Is the problem. This one definitely like it's gonna be more complex than the one we did before. But I also kind of feel like we're not done with this picture right here. All right, there's definitely something, you know, I'm hoping there's going to be like something in here we can figure out. Kind of weird, like they have like I was wondering if it could have been like, you know, the arrows signified like, you know, like what place on the keypad or whatever for this, but for the safe. But I don't think that's the case of it. This one's gonna like definitely be tricky. I'm trying to see if there's any kind of documents in here in the room I can check out or whatever, but I don't see no date like on the painting. Because I don't know, I feel like there might be some significance to all these things or whatever, to all the pictures here. Because they got like the little lines or whatever, like, you know, in regards like their feet. But I don't know if that's like the case or not. They're just trying to like throw me another red herring. This might be one I need to come back to. I mean, at least I know like, you know, where there's a safe in here, like how to access it. Nothing in the back there. See, what I'm seeing is like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's about like 5 or 6 like different types of paintings here. I was about to say maybe it could like have to do with the number of legs, but the thing about it is like there's literally only like one thing here that has more legs than a human being, and that's the horse. So it could be like a whole another convoluted thing I still need to do, and then maybe I'll find like the solution to it in another room. It's just like when I think about like, you know, the puzzle yesterday we did with the safe, the solution was right there in the same room. It seems like there's definitely something else going on here that could signify that there's more to this room than just pulling this. I can like use a magnifying glass on this. See if there's anything I missed. Okay, I'll worry about it later. It's pretty easy to get the drawing room. We'll do that. Get the kitchen unlocked. I don't like the chapel. But that seems like that's the only way we're going to be able to, like, you know, to access, like, you know, something on the far, like, right side. I've still been trying to get money up for the shovel. But I just haven't really been finding money anywhere. See if I get the pantry. So it's going to lock off, like, you know, one, like, square on the other grid or whatever. But this can put me almost at what I need for the shovel. And it still gives me a little more food, so. All right, lock and clock. Already got that. All right, I'd prefer to have it like, you know, where it links somewhere else, but we're not going to get that here, obviously. Darn. Like I said, the main thing well, Jesus. Well, at least I can kind of like, you know, look for another picture here, another picture puzzle. So it's rod and road again. Well, that just completely just goofed everything. I mean, at least I got like a little more money. I just can't go into the, well, I never actually did the I didn't do the chapel anyway. Let me see. Hold on. Back to the kitchen. I'm gonna go ahead and plot this, but I'm not going through there just yet. Because I don't want to lose any of my money until I get the shovel. Because I want to get the shovel first, then we'll go through there. I just hate that I gotta go all the way. Well, hold on. Yeah, this one was locked. I bet you it's still gonna let me, like, pick it. All right, tear and tie. See, there's at least one plot out there. All right, so 2 different ways we can go here. Dark room, nice. Oh crap, I forgot it does that. Okay, we're gonna need a breaker box now. So things just got a little more complicated. I don't want to try to go through there until we hopefully find a breaker box. See, the thing is with the dark room, we can make like another room up there. I just gotta find a breaker box first. So good as we found it, it's just I gotta. Okay, that's nice. We got enough for the let me at least plot this first, see if I can find a breaker. Crap. Well, I can get another key at least. And I can like access that one area. Also, I haven't really been paying attention to the there's not anything in there, but in here we've got. All right, tag and stag. I swear I think that this actually was like the area on the grid where I found that before. The tag and stag. Darn it. I really don't want to access the gym. Well, it says like lose 2 or whatever. I really don't want to like access the gymnasium unless I need to. But I'm hoping that what's going to happen here. Yeah, see, that's the thing. This is going to be a definitely double-edged sword because I still need to use my money to get the shovel. I could use it to get food. So I've got like 3, like, you know, but I've got a way I'm going to try to go around this. Actually, there ain't no way to go around it. See, technically, if I actually can do this, if I could, like, you know, I really don't want to go in there. It's the only problem with this, but, you know, I'm hoping it's not about to, like, cause me problems here. So I'm going to go ahead and access both of these, like, you know, while I'm in here. Can you access... See, that's what I was kind of gambling on, hoping I could at least, you know, score another 10. Now, we're going to go in there just yet. No breaker box, though. Darn it. But I got the key, so hopefully if I can get all the way to the other end, maybe, just maybe, I'll, like, luck out and find a breaker box. Okay, what is this one now? Cliff and... Let me see, it's peas and... Peak pea. Peaks peas. Nice try, game. It don't really matter if I put peaks or peas or whatever, because, you know, it's just a K getting removed. So I'll just say peak peas. Okay. That one had me think for a second. All right, thankfully, I'm not going to have to come back in here again. Come back through here anymore after this. Car keys? All right, bat and bath. We already got that one. All right, so I'm going to lose a couple steps out here, but at least I still kind of like, you know, I'm leaving like more than I had. Only issue is I still... I'm hoping I can actually get up to the... That's a lot of, you know, stepping we're going to have to do. I feel like this run definitely kind of screwed me over because, yeah, I mean, I can go and get... At the very least, on the way over to the courtyard, I can go ahead and snag the shovel and hope that I can dig somewhere and get some more food. Now, if I can make it to the kitchen... Now, I gotta buy the shovel first. I was about to say, I can make it to the kitchen. I could buy food, but I gotta get the shovel. But I don't know, because let me see. Here's my problem with this. I want the shovel. But we're also trying to find, like, because either way, we might not even be able to make it out to the dark room anyway at this point. So what's the point of buying the shovel if I can't even make it back? Yeah, it's definitely, as much as I want that shovel, I gotta wait. Hopefully I can, like, you know, have a chance at it next time. I need to reach the kitchen. So at least that helped me right there. Come on, tell me I got the... Darn it. Well, we got the garage at least, but I need a gym to... Oh my god, they just screwed me over like crazy right here. Well, not necessarily. I might have a chance to save this. With the billiard room or whatever, I can go up a little bit further and hopefully... I would like to access the garage with the car keys, see what happened, but right now I just need to go in. So the good news is we got... I don't know if the laboratory is going to count. There's going to be at least another 15 like we're going to have for this, so kind of like extend the run just a little bit longer. This is when I didn't get the shovel, because it would have been pointless anyway, because I wouldn't have been able to like last long enough to really use it. There we go. I hated I couldn't use get my shovel right away here, but the thing is, we still... this also means I can go and go on through the chapel. Oh, really? Hardy har har. So I got two ways I can go here. Yeah, well, have fun with that, because I ain't really got much money to donate to y'all anyway. Of course, I can't pick that one. I can't pick this one either, I bet you. Watch, because they're really trying to screw me over here. Now we're talking. See, I would like to access the rumpus room for, like, you know, the fortune teller, but this right here is definitely key. This is what I've been trying to do. Now, hopefully that turns that back on. I don't know what the effect, like, you know, would have been like to turn that off in the gymnasium. Let me try something. Oh, no, I don't want to go back in there and test it. All right, so what we're going to... Hold on. Is there any... I can't recall if there's any paintings in here. Sand and... So, because now that I guess actually you have the meaning of sand instead of desert. So I wasn't that far off before when I was saying that, you know, I thought it was sands, whatever, but it was desert, or whatever. It actually, you know, technically is both, depending on the context. All right. I hope I can make it back to the dark room, because this is what I've been wanting to do. That's priority among anything else right now. Because there was definitely like some pictures in there that like I want to like go into the billiard room, but I don't want to waste a step, even though I'm pretty sure I have enough. Because this is like, you know, again, this is like the main thing I've been trying to like, you know, do here. So let's hope that like, you know, the dark room will be turned on properly now. All right, cool. So now like we are free to check out these pictures. All right, so this one right here would have me curious. It says green memos found in Hartley's room are always false. I'll just like make like a little thing here for dark room. Actually, no, I can probably like use the same page as the chapel since I already got all that done. All right, green memos. In Hartley's room. Apparently that guy right there thinks it's pretty funny for some reason. Oh, you're such a kidder. Okay. All right, equal false. Okay, that's one thing. Like I said, I've been trying to get in here with this whatever, so I'm going to definitely like take advantage of this now I got the magnifying glass. I don't think that really has any... I think basically that's just like, you know, kind of like just... These, like, is this right here the ones that matter? That one is just like kind of like a red herring. Okay, so yeah, that's another red herring. We want to look at the ones that's clearest. See, it looks like there's something on that. It looks like it might be a chalkboard or something, but I don't know if that's anything to do with it. I was trying to like look for any dates, considering the factor that see, it looks like it's prioritizing the camera here. I'm seeing a bathtub. So what might have something to do with the lavatory? I'll keep a note of that. Just in case. Question mark right there, just in case they're just trying to throw me off. So there's another one of these pictures or whatever where... So I know there was one of them that was like really clear. I think it's this one. I'm not really clear, but... This one right here might... Oh, yeah, this one might be the ticket to something, maybe. It's just strange, like, they got so many pictures, like, you know, of the maids right here. Oh, there's that. All right. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I think I know exactly what this might be for. That's the orchid outside, and there's, like, that lock on the gate. I think I might just crack the code to this one, too. All right. Orchid. 1128. All right. I'll check that like as soon as we end this run. Okay, so we got like at least a couple of things from this. Okay, we got that. Yeah, at least we didn't see no booger up her nose or anything. That would have been too much attention to detail. But still, it's something about like this that kind of throws me off. It's like, I don't understand. There's all these pictures of the maids here. And there's different, like, focus levels on them. And one of the reason they're doing that is, okay, Bride and Bridge, we've done that already. And there's a couple more pictures like this over here. We're trying to process the fact this dude might have taken one of the earliest selfies. Like, it's not even a cell phone or whatever. He's in the bathroom. Like, I think he probably took one of the first mirror selfies in existence. This guy might have actually invented them, for all we know. Okay, these are just negatives or just ones that aren't completely undeveloped yet, so far. All right, I just feel like it feels like there's some significance to both of these or whatever. Like, this right here and this. But again, I just feel like maybe it's just trying to point me to the bathroom. And this right here, it looks like, I can't tell like what room this might be. Again, maybe I'm just overthinking that too. Actually, I only have to wait till the next run. I can go and do this right now. We're gonna go and see what that code I just And I'm pretty sure we know it's gonna open like the apple orchid or whatever. Like I said, I wish I could have got the shovel, but at least this means now that we figured all this out. And I'm gonna still remember the other stuff, like the maids. If there's any significance to that, I'll try to keep a mental note of it. And the fact that guy, I did make a note of the camera and the lavatory, because it looked like that might have been what it was. Because I ain't really seen too many other places here in this house that have a bathtub. Okay, 1128. I want to see if I can see it on the tree here. Can't see it on the tree. And of course, it might be one at the other end. I might get in here and find it. Okay, that was it. The apple orchid has been permanently unlocked now to your campsite. Starting tomorrow, you will start each day. Woo! Okay, so we start with extra 20 steps now. That is definitely an appreciated upgrade. So that's our second permanent addition. Okay, so that's what that was. Okay, there's a random sundial out here. Could be. Okay, so at least now, yeah, that's definitely something. Hey, what's this? Okay. Okay, so apparently there's 4 flames we can light right there. All right, more mysteries. Gardner's Logbook, April 10th, 1992. All right. When I first came on the estate, I mean, how many pages we got? Oh, crap. Okay. When I first came on the estate in the capacity of the new groundskeeper, I was a little dismayed to find that my predecessor had kept no notes, no logbook, and no record of any kind regarding the various gardens and green rooms of this house under his care. As a result of this improvidence, in the first few months of my post, I suffered a number of embarrassing professional blunders I believe could have been avoided with even a few scraps imparting wisdom from the previous groundsman. To that end, I will make an effort to make some record of my dealings on the estate, as much as it pertains to horticulture and general tomfoolery. Robert Nagola, groundskeeper. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked. Can I move the magnifying glass out of the way? Get out of the way. Among my many commissioned duties, I have been tasked with the conservation and oversight of Mount Holly's alluring grounds. My domain stretches from gate to gate and encompasses the Apple Orchard, Enters Drive, and East Yard. Fortunately for my workload, the maintenance of the West grounds has not been a priority since Lady Epson's death and ensuing closure of the West Wing. They keep on talking about the West Wing. Nevertheless, I take some pride in my work, so I still endeavor to brush the West Path weekly, even if none but myself take notice. Gotta commend that. In addition to maintaining the grounds, there are 8 green rooms within the house that require some level of upkeep and light groundskeeping. The majority of these I discovered are only draftable on the perimeter of the house along the east and west wings. The terrace, patio, veranda, morning room, greenhouse, and secret garden all fall in this category. See, now that we got like a key to the secret garden yesterday. The soil survey. One of the first tasks I overtook as groundkeeper was to conduct a survey of the various plots of soil underneath each slot on both the east and west wings of the house. While I would have preferred a full survey of all 45 plots of the house, it was clear that the inconvenience such an undertaking would produce was in no way worth the extra data, especially considering the rooms that would benefit from the survey only ever appear in the wings. To quantify soil quality, I measured the soil's capacity to support crop growth and maximize the promise of high yields. The survey ended up taking 2 weeks due to some difficulty reaching the higher ranks, but the project was well worth the effort. It's suspected the room position has a direct relationship to the amount of fruit spread from gardens and the amount of flowers that can bloom in the greenhouse. Okay, now things get more complex. Welcome to Algenox. Smudge pots. A few years ago, the Baron made the long overdue decision. How many more? Okay, there's only 2 more things. Overdue decision to switch from gas lighting to electrical power. The installation of the new system was a substantial undertaking, as almost every room in the house had to be equipped with the new fixtures, and wiring. Oof. Thankfully, these renovations did not extend beyond the mansion's interior, and all the lamps and equipment used outside the house are still connected and powered by gas line, including but not limited to the orchid's smudge pots. Smudge pots found among the apple trees here in the orchid are a critical necessity thanks to the cold temperatures and high altitude of the estate. These gas burnings of stack heaters prevent frost, should be kept down during the winter months to ensure a daily yield of apples. When the smudge pots are not in use, the orchid's gas line should be turned off to conserve resources for the estate's other gas-powered machinery and appliances. With a few months of idleness, I finally have a new cause to champion. I have submitted a request for a change of scenery. Specifically, I would like to replace the statue of Renda currently in the cloister with a much more appropriate angel Rhino. After all, as beautiful as the statue is, shouldn't the greenie of Mount Holly be covered by the paragon of gardening? Though amused, I do not think Anne took the request too seriously, though she did humor me and listen to me pontificate on the subject for the better part of our lunch yesterday. And she wonders why I avoid tending the cloister. To be told, I have forgotten how to access the inner garth, and I'm too scared of chastisement to probe further particulars for a third time. My best rendition, pretty good considering I've only ever seen Ryan as a depiction in the chapel, and I solved it without looking at this. I literally, solved that, just got thought like something was up out there. Someone stole a jewel from here. I'm hanging in there, Algenox. Okay. It feels like he's on, trying to lag, It's weird, go down here to the orchid or whatever, and it does this weird thing where, the camera does like that. I don't know if you guys are seeing it, but either way. So I'm guessing that the plume, he was talking about the smudge thing or whatever, that was basically a clue, to turn that on. So I can see the blue flame from over here. Okay, so there's that, and we're probably about to end up having to end our run anyway. Which is fine, because tomorrow we're going to start off with, with more to work with. Because that right there, yeah, it has, a Borderlands vibe to it. Somewhat. So I know that we're not going to be able to do much else in the house today, but we get like a whole nother 20 steps starting tomorrow due to opening up the apple orchid. And now that I'm no longer trying to get the dark room, since we basically figured out its secrets, for the most part, we can move on forward. Try to, like, you know, see about, like, you know, getting the, see what else we can find. Because we're only going to have 6 more steps, so I'm not really going to be able to go too far in once I hit the entrance hall. I don't think I'm gonna. I may not be able. I mean, I'm hoping I can make it to the up to the billiard room. I doubt it. I think I'm. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it. No. The dark. I was talking about the dark room right there. Yeah, I'm not gonna be able to make it into the billiard room. Well, hold up. I like how I made it a little like a little bit further just because that little stipulation right there where I got like extra steps. Well, I made it to the billiard room, but I couldn't like continue onwards after that. I literally was that close to being able to see what else would what was in the next room after. But again, we start with like an extra 20 steps now, so we're gonna start with 70 each day, and that's gonna be a massive boost. I don't know if I really say massive, but it's definitely it's a welcome boost. It technically means we can like explore like another 20 like, you know, rooms worth of area. So, I mean, I guess in a way it could be considered like a pretty massive boost. Okay. So now we can like, you know, go ahead, and since we did the stuff with the dark room, at least figured out, I guess, like the key things in there. I still think there's something to do with like the pictures of the maids. Oh, that's nice to see. Pictures of the maids and also the guy holding the camera. And well, again, what may have been like, you know, the world's like, you know, first chronicled like, you know, bathroom selfie. All right, so let's go out here and plot our special room first. I could go with the shelter. That's actually helped me out a lot. But I'm also hoping that maybe I'll be able to find the shovel this time. See, this right here could really help out because the first 3 red rooms, I can pretty much nullify their effects, and then once I get a kitchen, I can like, you know, take, you know, benefit from that and buy, you know, food and increase my steps even more. Just thing is, I did say there was something I want to check out with the shelter, and this could come in handy. And watch me go in there and find a shovel. Now that I've okay, well, I can gather this one doesn't have like a special painting thing. All right, so it said right here, the time lock safe. The whole thing behind that is it said like, you know, like an hour from like, you know, when I ahead or whatever. So we did time lock safe. The shelter's time lock safe can be accessed by setting an unlocked date and time. You can use any date and time as long as it's at least 1 hour in the future. Once unlocked, time lock safe will remain open for 4 hours. So I want to try something. We're going to log into the network. There's something I remember. I'm hoping this actually might help me out, like in figuring something out here. I mean, it's a long shot, but I kind of like, I remember there was like, because the thing is, as I figured out, this game doesn't share like, you know, I thought it was like, might have been like a real world clock thing. Because I tried that and I don't think it actually worked. But there's something else I kind of thought of. said last password. I wonder if that means I actually could just like, put that in again and just not have to worry about like, going through all of it. Okay, so we can't do that just yet. Currently, this feature can only be accessed via the terminal located in the office, so we need to get into the office for that. Staff services. See, I'm thinking November 7th. I'm curious if that's what this symbolizes. November 7th. I wonder if that's actually, like the day that's like Simon, like, started, So technically that would mean like it's what, the 18th now? So realistically, what this should mean is that it should be like in-game, it should be November 18th. Or is it November 18th? I can't remember. I thought I said 15th in the game. I know there was somewhere I went or whatever. I thought I said the 15th. Yeah, this is like, definitely taking like some thinking through. As of November 4th, all work has been suspended. See, that says like either 4th or the 7th. So that's the thing, like, I think that's how we got to end up getting a shovel at the commissary. So that might be the reason there's a shovel in the commissary, but the thing about it is I may not be there next time. Okay, staff announcements. So we'll say the 7th, okay? So it'll be like what? The 18th? November 18th? I don't know exactly how this is going to work here. This is like definitely tricky in its own right, trying to figure this one out. It says it must be at least 1 hour in advance. There's no way to tell. I mean, I wonder if it could be like the time I'm playing the game. I'll go and say I'm not really a fan of this puzzle right here. It's tricky to figure that. Remain where you are for now. Given that the Red Guard is due tomorrow, we agree with your plan to have disable remote access to other terminals that have sealed the network mainframe. Regardless of the danger, I'm still not willing to risk removing shelter from the draft pool while the three of you are down there. Our best bet is to sit tight and hope for a little bit of luck. Eventually, I'm going to figure out like how that works. I don't even know what's in there, but I'm going to figure it out. I think like it's currently about like $30. I mean, I got it, I think for like 30 on PS5. But I think it's on sale on Steam like So it's less than 40. I just can't remember the exact price. I mean, considering like how much, replayability there is to this. I mean, it's a roguelike. It's just there's no combat. Basically, you go in here, you solve puzzles, and like once you like run out your steps, it's basically like your health meter. Like, you have to start like, the next day fresh, and you have to like draft each room. Basically, the rooms are procedurally generated. Here's my allowance. All right, we're gonna start off with left. We definitely want to do a den here. Okay, let's see. See, all right. So regardless of what room it is, this confirms it. Regardless of what room it is, it's gonna be the same paintings. So again, it's prayer and it's pray and pry. Well, let me go and get a closet here. Nope. Definitely gonna go ahead and go for that key though, because this should be desert and desert and desert and desert. Yep. So that does confirm it. Like, regardless of what room you plot, like they're all like, the pictures stay the same. See, here's the thing. Well, I can go ahead and do this, and that can get me, I have a chance of like, I'm getting more food later. But see, also here's the problem. Well, yeah, that's the thing. So I can do this right here and then get the kitchen later. So like I said, like I plot some red rooms. That means like, like if I make a meal later, yeah. And the chapel's effects are nullified. So I don't have to worry about paying like every time I come through here. Now, the problem with the observatory is I want to do this, but I need to do it just so I can go ahead and try to get like my, all right, so this is 7 now. So what are we going to get for like 7 stars? Apples are extra delicious today. See, that's the problem. Well, I mean, it could help if I, all right, so it should be stare and star. Appropriate considering like where we are. I just want to make sure I keep on plotting this every time. So it means I should get like, I guess like, extra like steps if I eat apples. I was just trying to make sure I can continue to get my bonuses. All right. But at the very least, it's not that big of a deal because I do like still have like a way to get around it. Do I want to chance the closet? Because I can get a commissary where I can buy a shovel from there. I'm also considering like the locksmith, but I don't know. See, it lets me go on out because there's a chance I can find another closet later. So I thought I had a gem for that. Never mind then. Looks like ain't got no choice but to make a closet. Now watch there be a gem in here. Okay, well, I'll take a reroll. It's like I know the key out of it anyway. I just still definitely frustrated that kind of like, but I can still like work my way around all this. Okay, back to the entrance hall because we still got like, a whole another way we can go up here. It's still frustrating me. Like, I want to figure out the solution to that earlier. But it's still like that one, like, puzzle I'm still trying to think, figure out. See, I could use the coins if I can get me a shovel. So I'm going to regret that. So now I definitely need to find a way to go. Oh, now there's a coat check room. Things I don't want to, like, all right, we'll go up. See, I could score a couple gems, like, if I do this. But go on in here, like, and do, like, the puzzle here. But we also know, like, it seems like every time I do it, it gets, like, all right, pin. Pine. Another one. That's pin and pine. Or pine and pin, whichever, since that's the way I'm writing it down. Okay. Also hopefully I didn't miss any. Well, never mind, because that's always like the same ones. Should I go and do this? Because the thing is, it could be more keys. It could be. Let's go and get it out of the way. All right, 5. All right, 12 divided by 4. Wouldn't that be 3? $16 plus 4 divided by 4. Wouldn't it be 5? How the hell am I doing division all of a sudden? I normally suck at division. Okay, this, yeah, they're definitely getting more complex here. 10 plus, oof. 10 minus 4, 9 minus 2. 6. 4. Times 2. Would that be 4? How in the hell did I just figure all that out in the top of my head? Now, I suck at division. I suck at math in general. I'm surprised I actually aced that, like, so quickly. That was the more complex one than the other ones were. The other ones I need a calculator for. Whatever. It's definitely getting more complex. I'm just worried it's going to get to a point where I won't be able to solve them. I mean, I'm just surprised I did all that, you know, out of my... Yeah, the thing is, like I said, I can do... I've been able to, like, I've always been pretty decent at addition, subtraction, and also, you know, multiplication. But division, I've always been absolutely terrible at. But I guess, like, one way I kind of look at it is that multiplying is pretty much, you know, figuring out how many times, like, you know, one number, you know, can... What, I mean, how many... I don't know. I feel like multiplication is how many times, like, you know, you increase the number using a number. Division is basically dissecting it. I don't know. I'm let's just, like, not make it more complex than it is. But also, welcome in, Jeremy. All right, we're going to make a corridor here. All right, bat and bath. Now, see, if I do this one, because we still got one more on the grid I just thought about, we do need to try to see if I can get me another, something over here. But if I do that, it locks my run. We don't want to do that. Spare. Or is it going to have a good chance at locking my run? Parlor. I know I can re-roll, too. Alright, let's see what we got going on here. That is, Fire and Fur. We already done that one. An apple. Well, it's a good thing I did do the thing where, like, apples are extra delicious. So it gives me, like, 2 more, steps than it normally would. Okay. Alright, boys. What you got for me this time? Statement on the white box is true. There's a second wind-up key in this room. That's a bunch of bullshit. This box and the white box are both empty. So you're lying. I know your ass is lying. So let's put this in perspective. We know you're lying. A statement on the white box is true. That's BS, because the white box is lying. This box and the white box are both empty. I think they're trying to trick me again. This box and the white box are both empty. Here's the kick to it. They're trying to fake me out here. The statement on the white box is true. Meaning the statement on this box has to be false. This box and the white box are both empty. Meaning, or is it? Hold on. So here's the kick. Yeah, I get it now. Statement on this box is true. White box is true. So you're lying. You're lying. This box and the white box are both empty. That's the truth. It's the blue box. Should be. Unless I missed something there. Booyah. Y'all got to do better than that. It took me a minute right there, but they almost got me, but... This game definitely makes you use your noodle. Okay. Should I try to redraw the plans? I'd like to have... I'm going to redraw. Hope I guess then it goes four different directions. Now we're talking. Damn metal detector. See, this thing sucks. I wish I'd find a shovel out here. I'm not really a fan of this thing. You don't need to tell me like where sun is. I can find on my, find him on my own. See, this would be really nice to have. See, really, there's no point. Like, the thing is, the dining room would be great. I mean, obviously, one of the directions ain't gonna really work. Where see if I can get up to rank 8 or whatever, this gives me a chance to like get some food. So I'll just put the dining room here. Road and rod. See, that walk-in closet could be great, but that's gonna totally nerf my run if I do that. And this is gonna like so the way I see it is like this. Okay. I look at it this way. Yeah. I know how we can do this. I might still be able to save the run. So this means I'm also gonna like have like a chance at storing my food or basically getting food. In regards like me being able to buy the one where I can for every like red room I have. But I need one that's gonna let me go up. Ah, crap. Yeah, my run just got goofed right here. Ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. Darn it. Well. Oh, great. Now. Okay, so it only applies to to apples, not bananas. Car. That was way too easy. It's better than the other card one they did. Ace and ace. Card and car. I mean, push kind of regardless of anything, push kind of shove, I'm still like, getting like, finding more cards and everything, or more, not cards, I'm saying cards. More like, the picture puzzles. So that's still like, kind of a bonus to all this. I just wish we could have went a little bit further this time, but. Coat and cot, we've already done that one. What kind of ass backwards? I like how we filled out every single grid right here, like, about halfway up, give or take. I would just make the, can you make the passway? Imagine just making this just because it makes no sense whatsoever. Just to be, whatever. Now that we can really do much else with all this. Tie and tier, again. We've already done those, but. It's like the game's taunting me because they know I want a shovel. And they're throwing all these dirt plots out, even though I didn't do the thing where it gave extra dirt plots. I think this game's trying to mop me now. I'm gonna get me like a shovel. Okay, so there's not really a whole lot else. And the thing is, I got the dining room. We didn't get nowhere close, like, you know, to level 8. I swear this game is... Because every time I come out here, it's the metal detector. I hate that metal detector because it's like, it doesn't really seem like it has much use to me because I'm always looking around wherever I go into a room anyway. I mean, now that I've, like, learned, like, even more to pay attention to wherever I'm going. Bath, bat, right? Was there one in here? Just to make sure. Yeah, pine and pen. Yeah, there's really not, like, much else I can really do in here now. I mean, I pretty much, you know, just completely, you know, yeah, we can't really do much else this time. I was going to end the day and, like, get started on day 11. I should have went out there to see if maybe, yeah, basically. Cozy cottage. You know, it's kind of cozy. I guess. Wasn't really a whole lot like to explore. Okay, so, but at least, like I said, now we got the orchid open, we can, like, you know, explore, like, you know, a lot more, each day. Even with that, if we didn't, like, you know, So I feel like I'm not really gonna bother at the moment with, like, the, shelter safe. At least we are, like, figuring a few things out, because the main things I want is I want to get to that office. The office is really beginning to frustrate me, the fact, like, you know, I haven't been able to get, like, you know, there just yet. I'm still kind of miffed by the fact I got all the way up to the, antechamber, like, yesterday, just, like, you know, not even be able to go in, because I wasn't able to plot, like, a proper, room to, like, lead into it. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and, see what we get this time. I wish it would be that thing where we can get, like, special items again. Okay. Is that the lot pit again? Pick again? Awesome. Wait. See, now, I don't care about that. I will take the shovel right on out of here and use it. Wait. I can take the shovel out of here and use it. I thought that was, like, just part of, like, you know, like, everything else in here or whatever. All right, so I got, like, probably, like, a really awesome combination here. Okay, so we started off with a shovel. It's just the thing is I was looking at it, and I thought, like, the shovel was actually part of the, I thought it was, you know, just like a little background thing there, like with the other tools. Because I tried, like, clicking on it, I couldn't interact with it at first, and then I could. See, I keep on thinking about, like, those trees over there. Before we go inside, I kind of just thought about something here, Rogues. See, these trees have been, like, very sus to me for a while. The fact that, like, there's all these other trees around here. You see, even, like, out there in, like, the background. All these green trees. And it seems like this is the only place, like, you know, in here where these, you know, it's got, like, you know, white trees. Dig up a secret floor plan. Would you like to permanently add conservatory to your drafting pool? Totally. Adjust the rarity of the floor plans in your... Well, that worked. I'll take it. I don't know, it's just something, like, was just very sus to me about those. I know I'm probably gonna go in here, like, you know, find, like, some kind of, like, you know, convoluted, you know, means of how I could have, like, you know, figured that out or whatever. So it seemed like with some other stuff that I figured out in advance. Like, the whole thing about, like, the cloister. Like, how I said, like, something looked very sus. Like, why would they have, like, the 2 digging plots out there? And I was looking all around and found out there actually were buttons there you could push. Here it is. I'm just going through here and just, like, thinking game logic, looking at stuff or whatever. And then, or, like, just logic of things. And I'm going in, like, and just... Because I don't know if there actually was just, like, something, like, more in-depth than that. But again, those trees just were very sus to me because there's only white ones you see, like, all around, anywhere out here. So I guess it definitely, like, kind of fit that, I had the shovel starting off that time. Okay, corridor. No, that's gonna, like, we need something that's gonna, like, oh boy, that's a problem. Yeah. Well, whatever. Pry and pray. See, now they give you the option for the conservatory, or just the rarity of the floor plans of your house. See, that's gonna probably be pretty, possibly broken feature. I kind of want to go and use the nook. But see, we'll have, like, options to get other floors anyway if as long as we, like, play this right. So I'm just going to go with, like, the closet. So I swear it's, like, what they always give me. I know, like, one of my first times I played this, I think I got, like, the first run I did, I got the car keys. I'm still curious about what those do. Okay, so for here, see, preferably I'd like to have, like, something where, like, we can, like, go different ways, but it's not gonna happen. So, so go ahead to the pantry and, like, get an early start on having some money. And get a few of the extra, steps back that I lost, like, outside when I was exploring. And of course they do this to me. It's like, oh, you're talking about, like, game... Yeah, nice try. That chapel's going away. So if I can get, like, a hallway over here at the left, I can kind of save this. Now, the commissary, I might actually be able to get, like, something else decent I can use. That sledgehammer will be nice, but... I don't even know what the running shoes do. You can at least tell me what they do before I buy them. Whatever. That's when I clicked on. I was hoping you can, like, tell me what they did. I guess we can't all get what we want, can we? Problem is, none of these are really, like, helping me, like, get over there where I need to go. But I know the courtyard sometimes has, like, digging plots. I swear I thought I had a gem. Well... Parlor, I guess. This means I can get a gem for next time. Tear and tie. And I don't know if I really need... I mean, that's the thing. If I see the magnifying glass, I'm still going to pick it up just in case. But I don't think I really need this. Oh, you lying out your ass. They couldn't have made that any easier. This box is a black box. This box is a blue box. The box that claims to be the black box. It's the gems. I like how they keep on telling on the blue box. They made that way too easy. Might as well go and say blue, like blue did it. I don't think that could have been any easier. Okay, so... Yeah, we don't want to do... I hate the chapel, but... That's the only way we were going to be able to, like, continue upwards. Hate this, but... I don't necessarily have to go in there just yet, though. So that's the trick to this. I just go around here and... try to plot around it the best I can. Because I'm trying to avoid going in there until I can find something that, like, maybe buy something. I'll go in there when I'm dang good ready. Good and ready, whatever. Alright, let's see. Security room definitely checks out here. This is perfect. I'd use the gym to get in there, but... don't think I even think I've gotten an orange yet. I really don't think I've gotten like an orange in this game yet. Okay, now see, last time I got, stopped by a security door. So keycard system, we're going to do something about that just in case it pops up this time. So security level, we're going to put this down for right now. If I find a keycard, I'll raise it up. All right, there. All right, considering like how much I tend to like, not have any keys. And where are you going to take me? You want to take me absolutely nowhere. You just... whatever. So, one's going to lead anywhere anyway. I was going to take it. Oh, now I want to get... now they're going to give me a sledgehammer. So y'all trying to, get me to buy one earlier. Give me that dang sledgehammer. Highway robbery. I hate this place. I don't know. I'll be gonna bust these doors down myself. All right. Stag and tag. Let's just be happy when I can figure out the other one. That revolves around the dog tag. Now I'm going to open this up. I mean, it's kind of like, a waste of a room. Right? I don't know. I'm trying to think. See, if I use it up here, I can probably, like, have, like, a few more spots I can go. So if I do it, like, right here, it only gives me, like, one room I can access. If I wait a second, if I can get the courtyard up here, this is going to be a lot better. Okay, this way we can keep going up. Just need to keep in mind, like, remember, like, all right, peak piece. I remember, like, try to, like, keep an eye on the paintings whenever I go in there. I don't want to lose any steps. Oh, yeah, totally. Now, I can do, like, the bedroom right here, and that gives me a couple other steps back. But see, if I do this, then I can go ahead and, like, and have a chance of, like, getting food, though, getting more steps. I've got a plan here. If I can... I might have a problem. So I had an idea. All right, sand and... See, I was telling myself what I was going to do is I was going to, like, cause I need to get another couple of gems. Because if I try to access... Because I'm just worried I'm going to try to access one of these or whatever, and it's not going to give me the room I want. I was going to try to get the courtyard. Put it in the center. And then that way, I could have... had the courtyard in the center, then, or, like, right here, I could pretty much, have had, like, it had, like, access, like, more different, like, directions. Clock and lock. See, but now I don't have any gems. I technically can still save it, though. But I'm going to have to get the courtyard, like, in this next room. All right, time to do some more math. Because that's always fun. I'm just going to go and reiterate. I hate math. All right, 11. All right, 15 minus 11. So that's 4. Was it 4? 12, right? Jesus Christ. Okay. 11. Minus 3. 11 minus 3. So that's 10, 8, 9. Oh, 10, 9, 8. What am I thinking? Shut up. 10, 9, 8. That's not right. Hold on. 11, 10, 9, 8. Times 1, so that's 8. Divided by 4. Would that be 2? All right, 12 plus 4. That's 12. 17. Minus 5, so that's 12. No? Now it's getting complex, guys. 12. All right. No, that's 16. That's 11. 11 times 2, 22. Times 11. Divided by 11. Y'all getting crazy with this. Fuck that. I'm using the calculator for this one. Y'all are out of your minds. Two. Can y'all just give me my reward? I am not about to sit here and try to do all that in my head. Silver key, at least. I like how, like, it was so kind of easy right there. It's like, screw it. Like, we're going to turn this up to 11. Times 2. I mostly figured it out, and then they said, I was like, oh, no, hell no, Okay, this goes up. This kind of works, and no, I have to use a gem. Thankfully, because I didn't get a gem there. That's the problem. Hang on, guys. I'll be right back. Okay, sorry about that. All right, so anyways, where were we? Oh yeah, so we had like the spot right here where we can, All right, again, stage and sage. And I'm wasting a step. I want to make sure I kind of had these covered in here because I can't remember if there was like any paintings in here. That's right. Fur and fire. See, now that'd be great to have. Drafting studio. But unfortunately, we need 2 gems for it. Select a new floor plan to permanently add to your estate's draft pool. But here's where I'm frustrated more than anything. This ended our run. We ain't got no, like, if we would have had that, we would have been able to continue. They just completely goofed my run again. It seems like after I got these upgrades or whatever, like, things got harder. But you know what? Now it's on for content or garments or articles left overnight. Don't matter. Keep my shovel. I'm gonna make sure Tiger and Tier again. Now it's Tiger and Tier. It's also a first, right? Like I swear that this is the first time like we had like one thing that had like the same meaning twice. That was 2 tiers right there. Okay, well, our run just got ended. Again. I like how like I got the extra steps and I gotta even need them now because I can't get like that far into the mansion anymore. Okay, I think I'm gonna like maybe do like one more run on this, guys. So we're gonna do like, you know, one more go. And then afterwards, I'll be calling it. You know, not just on this stream. Cozy Cottage. Did we just have Cozy Cottage? Check your Cozy Cottage and get cozy with it somewhere else. Okay. So let's hope that we can actually have like some better luck this time with things. At least I know if I get a coat check, I can get my shovel back from there. Get my allowance. All right, go ahead and get my room. Because I didn't get a chance to use the lockpick. I didn't get to the point where like the doors were locked. You know, I didn't get a chance to use my lockpick. Yeah, we got like a godly combination there of the shovel and the lockpick, and I didn't really get to use either of them. But again, if I didn't have the shovel, they would have had like, you know, dig plots everywhere. All right, so what we got this time? Special floor plans now cost... See, I'm curious about trying this out. So we got like the steps. And those jewels have been frustrating me. I think I'm going to try this out. Plus, we can use the hovel yet anyway. Oh, now, see, now look at this. First thing to do is put like a dig plot there. Okay, we're going to try this. I mean, because at least it'll give me the option. You know, I still don't necessarily have to, like, you know, do the, See, if I didn't have, like, you know, the increase in my steps, I probably wouldn't have, like, you know, really ever bothered with this. So, at least with this means I can kind of, like, you know, have a possible chance at, like, you know... It also kind of, like, nullifies, like, me needing to get gems, I guess, but... I just want to see how it works. So, like, as long as I'm not too greedy with it. Because I think it, like, you know, with, like, how many, like, you know, places there are where there's not going to be a whole huge number of them. As long as I just, like, you know, just do this sparingly, I'm good. Okay, we're going to do a corridor. Or, do we need to do a corridor? I can always get, like, a pantry later. Alright, do the parlor. One thing is I don't necessarily need gems, but... Okay, alright. All 3 boxes are empty. Oh, you are full of it. This box and the blue box are empty. The black box contains gems. This one might be a little tougher. All 3 boxes are empty, so we know this one's lying. This box and the blue box are empty. The black box contains gems. Whatever, because I don't really need gems anyway. No, watch, I probably, like, you know, got the wrong one, but... I'll take it. That one seemed like it was kind of more luck-based, but I don't know. So this requires 3 steps. I wonder if it means, like, as I go further up, they may cost more. I just want to find me. I'll go ahead and try to find me a coat check. There's a closet. I'll go over the observatory in a bit. All right, see. Crow and row. Okay, that's a new one. Crow and row. I was going to have to unlock it eventually anyway. So hopefully... Let me guess. Metal detector? Oh, sledgehammer. I mean, no matter what, like... See, this way we can kind of like have like a means to link back around. But I could just do the pantry and like get some of my food back and get like a few more coins. So what are we doing here? Because I don't want to, like, use more steps. We'll just do the chapel. All right. I want to go up. And I need keys, so. Road and rod. Coupon book. All right. So we got 3 more green rooms we need. Fine. Then there's only 1 more red room. No, it's not. So I do like how they actually do have, like, proper, we've only found the conservatory for my floor plans. There's still, like, a lot to take in there on, like, because obviously I know we haven't drafted everything yet. That's pretty much a no-brainer. I'll go ahead and draw that one. Okay, yeah, stage and sage again. So if I do this, I can go ahead and, like, get a few steps back and a little bit of money before I, go into the kitchen. So we got, like, 1 red room already, plotted. Okay, it's an apple at least, so. Office. See, I'm going to hate having to do this, but I really want to see what's in there. So I've yet to actually go and check this spot out, so it's about time I did that. Upgrade. What? Insert into one of the estate terminals to permanently upgrade one of your floor plans. Hey, open this. I want to see what he's got in here. Huh? Oh, he's got one of those. He's got himself like a little bit of, a little hidey safe. Point or whatever I already knew was there. Moron, late to the party. pilot and plot. Kind of got worried when I saw. I was like, wait a minute, this one might test me a little bit. But pilot and plot. Yeah, just this one stream alone, guys. This is like how many of these things we've already found. Okay, so we can insert the disc into there. We'll do that in a second. Bridget, please check if any books matching these titles are available for purchase in Reddington. Fly of the Queen, March of the Count, Fall of the Lord, Passing of the Barons, Herrings of the Major. I had a little trouble reading the Barons' writing, so I am not sure if the last title is intended to be hearings or herrings, but knowing her, but I expect either would be suitable. So my guess is... Okay. This might be tied to the library. I'm going to write all these down. Fly of the Queen. The Queen. This won't take me long, guys. Just give me 1 second here, or a little bit. March of the Count. I mean, I think it's more emphasis on the one that's highlighted, but... Write all of them down. Just, all right, Fall of the Lord. Passing of the Barons. All this royals here telling me about where the fuck's the Game of Thrones? Okay, and Herrings of the Major. Okay. And yeah, for some of that, guys, I actually was like drawing while I was like, looking at looking to make sure I was like, getting the names right. I wasn't actually paying attention to like, where I was. Sometimes I had like a pretty good knack of like, knowing like where to draw on the line, so I don't go through the lines while looking at something else. All right. Either way, there's that. More reading? The antechamber lever in the greenhouse is broken again. I don't think there's enough time to put in another work order before Simon arrives. So just make sure that the west and east levers are operational. Good to know. Okay, I was going to check the clock right there, but is it moving? Yeah, it's moving, so that's not going to be a safe combination. Before we do this, hold up a second. Let me out. Courtyard data has been found on this upgrade disk. You will now have the chance to permanently enhance this room to one of 3 different upgraded floor plans. So it's specific to certain ones. You can't like choose which floor plan. Courtyard. Just notice what it did. It mixes the courtyard with the corridor. Okay. So I kind of like look at it like this. That would be great, considering the courtyard is one I've always like, considering it gives like 3 different paths and everything. I think I'm going to probably like, do this for the courtyard. I mean, the 5 dig spots sound really enticing. But I also just want to see if this thing ends up looking like a corridor and a courtyard at the same time. Like it's actually inside and outside. Because those 2 gems are enticing. The 5 dig spots definitely are. But I kind of want to go with the courtyard is always left unlocked. So that we don't have to actually pay gems. Because here's the thing, with the gem thing, if we find like the whatever it was, there was the one that like lets us like spread gems throughout green rooms. Technically, that could be a way to kind of like put gems in there anyway, even though this does like mean we have gems there permanently. But because what that kind of like would mean is that we would basically get 2 gems back for the price of opening it. But we still need like 2 gems to get in there. The 5 dig spots would be great if we had a shovel. I kind of want to keep it always left unlocked because it means the chances are there's going to be dig spots anyway. I'm going to like do this. I just want to see what it looks like if it actually is going to be like a mixture of both. Only thing is it's right there, but I don't know if it's actually been upgraded yet. As running this process, checks will be placed in each staff member's room. This includes each servant's quarter and maid's chamber currently. I'm running the payroll. The office can facilitate a modest distribution of coins withdrawn from the staff incentives program. These coins are distributed in a number of rooms currently active throughout the state. That's kind of broken. I just want to make sure there's nothing else before we leave out of here. That means I just put money everywhere. That's kind of fun. That's hilarious. Trying to make sure I'm not missing anything. I thought that was a gem up there, but it's not. Well. Good thing I got a key. See, now this is going to give us like a way to loop back around. I really don't want to do this billiard puzzle again because it made me mad last time. Let's say you're going to put money around here. Where's my money? I swear. It's like, oh, what's in here? You just got to do the... All right, fine, whatever. 11. I'm going to laugh. There's actually money inside this now. All right, 6, 7, 8, 9 times... All right, that's 9. Because 9 times 1 is 9. All right, 20... 23 times 2 is 46. Oh, I thought it was at 20. All right, 5, 6, 16. I was like, wait, there ain't no 42 on here. I was looking at the wrong thing. Jesus. Okay, this is going to suck. All right, 22 or 21. $21 minus 20, so that's 1 times 15. It's 15. I got most of it. I ain't doing the rest of that. 15 divided by 5. It should be 3. And I probably got it wrong there or whatever, but... Well, okay, we got the secret garden key. They're starting to make me mad with like how convoluted they're trying to get with that stupid puzzle. I mean, I'm getting... I was fine when I was doing division once. And they kind of like just do like a little curveball right there at the end. Because like, it's like, okay, we're going to like we're going to divide. And it was 3, and then still like that 1 didn't count. It was still technically 3. They were trying to get me to slip up right there. That's what they were trying to do. No, it ain't going to work, but... Huh? So you mean to say yesterday I tried to open a door with that stupid key and it didn't work, and now I find out that some doors actually do work with it? Okay, so we access the secret garden. Oh, this looks great. This looks cool. Wait, the rogue moon. The rogue moon from the fortune teller. So at least now I know that spread fruit throughout the house. Oh, that's cool. So apparently there's like just certain doors you can open with it. Yeah, Nami from One Piece would be all over these orange trees. Now set a door with a rogue moon. And that's the rogue moon right there. See, that's what the guy from the fortune teller thing said before. I don't know if we're any closer to solving anything, but at least we finally figured... If I have my shovel. Wait a minute, hold on. These right here. Yep. They said something about west and east before with the secret garden, didn't they? Well, there's a lever. This is... Alright, I think we got a lever to the antechamber. Okay, now we just get into this stupid thing. That'd be great. Okay, so we got it open at least. Now we just get up there. That's going to be the hard part. And the good news is, like, fruit got spread around the house. So it should mean we should have access to more, like, you know, eats, like, along the way. Assuming, like, you know, all I had to do is just enter here. I mean, but it also said, like, it spread around the house, but it didn't actually say it was going to be everywhere. That's the only thing about it. I'm hoping I can find a coat check so I can access my shovel. Well, there's food. Crap, that's locked, though. That's a problem. Alright, so the best thing we can do, okay, well, there's more food in a banana. Or more, well, more coins in a banana. That's locker room, sauna, and pump room in today's draft pool. Let's do this. Okay, now if we do the closet, that's definitely gonna like could screw things up. We're trying to like get ourselves Now where we're doing the entrance hall is gonna definitely like, you know, it's gonna be, we won't be able to go well, we could. Car keys. And I just thought about, I'm not even really paying attention to the rooms, like, you know, I've been like so caught up in that I haven't been paying attention to the layout of everything. Trying to get like the but I think we've already got like most of these anyway, so. We'll do that. All right, so this, well, I could go ahead and draft this. Problem is, it's gonna like, you know, lead things down instead of up. I'm trying to see if I can get into the antechamber now. It's gonna be tough, but. Oh boy. See, I can actually kind of trick the dark room a little bit right here. It's like a little bit going back. Thankfully, I've just, I've got like food, like, spread around. So what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna counter the dark room a little bit. I'm gonna draft like one of these, like, from a way, where it can't, like, hide it from me. Would like to have that closet, but it's kind of gotta go around, like, the long way here, but. Okay, we got the lab. Because I'm also, like, running out of, like, the option to give me, like, it's required, like, the whole thing of it requiring, like, gems ain't really helping me. Or, I mean, we're requiring footsteps that gems is kind of, like, causing me some problems here, so. It's also been a bit since I've. Okay, that's something I definitely need to keep an eye on. So there's. I got it. It's gonna take me a little bit of time, guys, but I've got something here. All right. Let's see if I'm right on this. We line these up right here. Okay. Write another one down for the periodic table of elements here. All right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right. PU. Because if this is going the way I think it might spell something. All right, so that's the first one, PU. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Oh, that's the third. Hold up. Never mind. All right, sequence break there. All right. Yes. 3. And that's 3 right there. Now 3 up at the top. Yep. All right, so that little bit right there, we already got push. Okay, push. All right, so 4th. All right, all the way at the bottom, 2nd. TH. 5. All right, let me see. We go up like, All right, let me see here. 1. All right, 2nd. THOS, those? All right, we need 6. Okay, so it's right up here, like next to 1, so. All right, so it should be, I've got that correct. 6 from P, all right, EU. All right, this is definitely like, kind of like a more of a not really convoluted. All right, so that was 6, 7. It's right next to 4 down there. So, push those up. All right, there's an A right there. All right, A. All right, so we need 8. F. 9. So look at 2 right here. All right, so 8. F. All right, A-T-E. After. Or F so far. We ain't got the R yet. All right, so we're at 9, right? All right. 10. R. N. All right, that's a R N I. All right, that's a N I. Push those up after N I 9. Push those up after 9. All right, so we kind of like decipher that right there. All 12 things right here. Push those up after 9. Whatever that means. I mean, it could be possible there's another one. I hope. Oh, God dang it, another one of these. So 10 right there. I was hoping there might have been like a second one. And maybe there is. It may mean that we just have to like push like, 9 might be first where, I mean, we got something so far or whatever. I don't know exactly what it symbolizes. All right, that's a 10 right there. That's the tag. And where's the other one? So we're going to get this out of the way. All right, tag and stag. That one again. It was an interesting little puzzle. Whatever, it's hinting at. Okay, they just cheesed me right there. At the very least, we can do this with the library at least. All right, so, because we need to, like, look in that one book, all right? Okay, now I can, so apparently as long as I check one out, I can go, like, as long as I've read one, I can check another one out. None of these are the ones they were talking about, like, in that one thing in the office. I had fun. The fixed stars is probably going to be about the astrology thing. PCW pump system user manual might be a good idea. See, here's the thing. That Caleb Manning guy was the one that they had the scandal about. I'm kind of curious about that. Cart and car. Didn't we already do that one? We did card and car, not cart and car. Okay, so that is a new one. It's like if you hear it, kind of like, catch me off guard because Now here's the issue. We got like a lot of back traveling we gotta do. I mean, not a whole lot, because I can just like cut up through the bedroom once we get through here. See, now that let me see here. Hiding for the boiler room. So we need to keep that in mind. Like something that has to do with the boiler room later on. Right, it's pin and pine, right? Yeah. Said the course did not let me cut through there. If I could at least get to the antechamber tonight, I'd be happy. Or Brighton Bridge. We're really gonna have no choice but to go ahead and like try like chance the dark room and hope for the best on this, because it's gonna be very easy for me to end up like getting like one that it's gonna like end my run here. That's all it's gonna take because, well, I mean, I got a key, so I can get to the drawing room, so it's not total loss. But if I roll something where it's not gonna let me through, here we go. Crap, literally. I mean, I did say I wanted to come back through here because I was like curious about like the guy taking like the dark room picture where like the guy was literally like doing the bathroom selfie, but I don't know if there's really anything in here. It just kind of feels like there should be something to this bathroom. Up there at the top, you have like the 28. Or yeah, I have like a 28 right now. It's just kind of like it's partially covered by my chat and everything. Yeah, you know how many steps you have. But you can also refill them. It may just be there might not be anything to this. But again, it's the fact that this dude was taking like a bathroom. I'm pretty sure he was doing a mirror selfie. And the tub was part of the way in there. I don't know. But either way, I definitely did like exactly what I didn't want to do right there. But my run's not entirely over yet. Thankfully, I do have a key. I got to get back over there, but... Yeah, I already got a permanent boost. I got like, I'm up to 70 now. When I unlocked the Apple Orchid, it gave me like an extra 20. So I have 70 now, but you can like, increase it. So you can increase it permanently, and you can like, find like, ways to replenish it, while you're, by eating food and such. So I'm hoping there's gonna be like some food on the other side of this door. Okay, so it's gonna take oof. Well, then again, it's all right. So really, when you look at it, I don't need that one anyway, because that one's like leading up to the boudoir or whatever. See, because that, and thinking about it, there's a puzzle I can solve here if I can do it again. Where I should be able to get like a few more, yeah. I guess I'm out of the safe. We've already read that. So I can do the rumpus room. And I continue this just a little bit longer. It's going to take 8 steps. But if I can get a kitchen, I've got, I got a couple of dark rooms, so I might be able to turn this around. It's only, or not 8 steps. It's going to take 3 steps. I get like a little money out. And again, I need to talk to this guy again. Chart and cart. We already got that one. I think, didn't we? Didn't we get chart and cart? We might not have. I don't think we got chart and cart. We didn't. Okay. Another one. All right. So it said there was like 8 coins in here. There they are. I think this might be like more money than I've had in like a while in this game, if ever. All right, let's see what he's got for me this time. Because I got like his stuff on the first page here. So, all right, Alzara, what you got for me this time?
And as it was foretold, I am awakened at the sound of a dropping coin.
Good for you.
You find yourself face to face with the great Alzara.
So we already got the door with the rogue room.
And I suspect you wish me to look into your future.
So he already taught like.
The image is becoming clear.
I didn't wreck that. Whoa!
I see the darkened cloud of ruin, familiar to us both.
Is that the?
Now decrepit, run down,
That's the mansion.
and in disrepair. I see 8 red envelopes resting upon 8 pedestals. And in these 8 envelopes, I see 8 letters penned by 8 different hands. 8 letters of which you will only ever find and read 7. Just like the art hanging on the walls of these rooms, there is a letter missing.
So he just coined what I already knew, what I've been figuring out already. He just told me right there too.
Foreseen by the great Alzara.
Bitch, I foresaw before you did.
Dawn of the following day, I will have nothing more to say.
Yeah, well, I hope you don't work, because I figured that out before you did there, great and powerful Confucius. Thanks a lot. I want my money back. I figured that out before he did. I need to be one sitting in that damn booth getting paid, do your job for you. What a ripoff. He literally just told me what I already figured out, earlier on in the stream. Now, see, that would be nifty. Hallway doors are always unlocked. That would be nifty. It's gonna definitely, we really do need to find, I'm taking a risk here. What the hell are you looking at? Because this pretty much means that any hallway or whatever, because think about it. If we get that great hallway, that means all the doors there will be unlocked. If that's what I'm thinking. But we definitely need to find a kitchen. So this means all these will be unlocked. But there's a problem here. I do this. It's going to be a risk, though, Rogues. But I got to do it. Okay. Yeah. I've got to find a kitchen now. If I don't... whatever items we spread throughout the house, they are placed in this room instead. I should be able to find food there. I'm running a risk here, Rogues, because if I don't find a kitchen... Damn it, I just did that and I forgot it was going to cost me. Yeah, they just destroyed my run right there. Crap. I wasn't paying attention. If they would have just gave me a kitchen, that would have been great. Then I could have, continued. But at the very least, now I know that if I do get the secret garden key, I can just go ahead and just use that at a door and bam, done. I can go and access it. So now we know how to at least unlock, one of the levers for the antechamber. And that was probably even a better run than the last one I had. I mean, all things considered. One I had yesterday, just because everything that just happened, everything I saw, a lot of stuff I kind of put together there. So far, between we pretty much got all this stuff just for this one stream. We got a crap load the drawing things. It even showed one right there was a crow and crown. So I could just go and just write that one down or whatever, but I don't know that was I'm just gonna write down the crow and crown just in case. Or crown and crow. Because that was one he gave me. This has one thing I got from it. there's that. So between all that, the stuff for the chapel, I saw in the dark room, and then that little bit we got for tail elements. It feels like we definitely made like a lot of progress this stream, but definitely still like a lot more we got to do moving forward and everything. I just wish I could have actually got to the antechamber right there, but at least, you know, we kind of like, you know if I get the secret garden key, I just need to use it on a regular door, and it should hopefully let me out there again. I can just pull the lever and try again. Because maybe what happened before, maybe what it was is that I wasn't going to be able to access the antechamber anyway because I didn't have like any of the doors unlocked. So even though like yesterday, it seemed like I might have actually possibly had like the ways open to them, but just couldn't get in there because I didn't actually have them, you know, unlocked. At least we know what the rogue moon that Alzara was talking about. You know what that was about now. So that being said, it seems like there's definitely like some ties to the paintings. Like, you know, it seemed like most of the stream was just based around like the pictures, and he pretty much confirmed what we already knew right there. And was talking about the letters. We have seen a few red letters. You know, literally, you know, that one, the Christmas save, when I opened that up again, there was a red letter in there. We found that yesterday. So the main thing I'm kind of thinking, one thing I could do moving forward, because, you know, we got like, you know, another upgrade. We got like the apple orchid, you know, open again. Like, you know, we solved like the dark room stuff for the most part. I'm wanting to try to test things, because I'm wondering what all there might be to that Great Hall. Because the thing is, the fact they said there was 7 locked doors, obviously if there's 7 locked doors, like there's only 4 of them that can lead somewhere. So I'm wondering if, since it said like hall, like that thing we just like opened, if that means like the hallways be unlocked. I wonder if it means we get like the Great Foyer or whatever it was, or the Great, whatever it was, the Great Hall. I think that was the foyer we just unlocked. If we get the Great Hall and whatever, that means that all the doors will be automatically unlocked so we can explore them as much as we want. Because that's basically what just happened with the 4-way hallway right there. The one we just accessed. I feel like I should have just went on to the conference room and said like anything that would have been spread out would have been there. So it means like chances are I probably could have had some food right there. But I didn't go in. But my guess is that like, you know, all 4 like the pathways would have been unlocked. So if we get the Great Hall, that means like every door there should be unlocked. So we need to try to get a combination of the foyer or whatever, and the Great Hall. So we can try to like explore every single door there without needing keys. I'm thinking that might work. I'm not entirely sure, but next stream we'll hopefully be able to try like roll for that, because at least, you know, I'm getting more puzzles solved. Definitely kind of like, you know, put on my put my thinking hat on, like, you know, L from Death Note style today. Even though L definitely, you know, could probably have already like beat this game. But we did get like a lot solved. We got like some new clues that I've got like, you know, jotted down with a little handy dandy notebook, Blue's Clues reference right there for those that didn't get it. So between like, you know, what we saw of the chapel, what we had there, the little bit like, you know, we saw for the little messages we deciphered, you know, using the periodic table of elements in the laboratory, we're definitely like, you know, getting some like, you know, feels like we're kind of like at least getting some more puzzles solved, even if there's still like a lot more questions than answers with this game. But that's the beauty of it. You know, this game is like, you know, it's just so in depth with, you know, all the stuff that, you know, when you come up with a solution, you think it's like, oh, okay. And me like, you know, actually figuring out like the, you know, the drawing thing before like Alzara actually confirmed it. Even there was that one little, you know, thing we saw on the board that said, you know, with, without. It kind of seems like the way this game works, there's multiple occasions where you kind of figure out the solution to one puzzle between like, you know, the thing like in the commissary or whatever it was, and the Alzara, you know, what he said. They both pretty much, you know, confirm what I already figured out, which is that there is something going on with the drawings where each one has something in common, which is letters, and then one of them like, you know, takes away one of the letters. And I'm wondering if like, you know, if it's gonna just end up leading up in the end, and we're gonna like, you know, find like some kind of message. It's gonna like, you know, it's gonna like have like some kind of like hidden message. But we'll figure it out. The main takeaway from it is that at least, you know, the paintings are in the same room each time, or same like, you know, column, even if the room is different. I'm just gonna have to like make sure that I keep an eye out for every room I go into, because we've gotten like, you know, I'm pretty sure this means we've gotten like, how many of these things now? We've gotten like 29. So we've gotten like, you know, the vast majority of them, I think. We just still, there's like a handful of rooms we still gotta get, you know, find like, you know, the paintings we're missing. But, you know, either way, you know, at least we, it seems like every time like, you know, we solve like one puzzle, there's more puzzles to it, and that's what, you know, makes this game awesome. So anyways, that being said, guys, I'm gonna go ahead and save and quit here, and next time I'll be streaming this will be on Thursday, because tomorrow's gonna be a 2-stream day. Prosaic Villa, total rooms explore 28, rank reach 7, steps taken 54. So I didn't like walk around as much as I normally do. So I don't think I actually got like as many like, you know, rooms plotted as previously, but it did feel like I did like a lot like there all across this and like in the other ones in regards to everything I learned. So definitely did like a lot more today than I did in the previous streams in regards to, like, you know, puzzles I figured out or like, you know, things I've kind of like, you know, put a dent in. You know, it feels like, you know, this drawing puzzle is definitely like a more long, definitely like a more drawn out one. So again, tomorrow's gonna be a 2-stream thing, you know, for my next retro day, and also we're gonna be getting back to doing the DLC for Power Wash Simulator. I'm gonna be like, you know, cracking back into the, you know, put another crack at the into the Final Fantasy VII DLC for that, and the next retro game I'm gonna be playing, I'm gonna be since we did do Pac-Man 2: The New Adventures last week, just this week I am gonna be getting back into my Castlevania stuff. So tomorrow I'll be starting on is it Aria or Dawn of Sorrow? I keep on getting like the two like, you know, Soma games mixed up. I want to say it's supposed to be Aria of Sorrow. Yeah, tomorrow we're going to be playing Aria of Sorrow, because I keep getting like, yeah, Aria and Dawn, I keep getting them mixed up. Like, even though I know, like, you know, like, I don't know what it is. I always get them mixed up, even though, like, I've basically drilled in my head each time, you know, constantly the Aria was the GBA and Dawn was the DS. And the thing is, you know, I played through both of them before. I've streamed both of them before. But it's just for some reason I constantly get like Dawn and Aria mixed up on which one was on which console. I know, like, you know, they were both like, you know, one came after the other. And I played both of them, but for some reason I always get Aria and Dawn like, you know, mixed up on which one was on which, you know, console. But either way, we're gonna be playing Aria of Sorrow tomorrow. And from there I'm gonna have to get a copy of the Castlevania Dominus collection before I continue my series for that. You know, my Castlevania stuff. But once from there, once I get the Dominus collection, next one I'm probably gonna be playing is gonna be after Aria of Sorrow is more than likely. I could go right in and do Dawn of Sorrow, just continue like, you know, Soma stuff. But the next one I probably play will more than likely be Portrait of Ruin. But either way, that being said, guys, I'm going to go ahead and call it here. I want to say thank you to those who came and hung out with me for this one. Even you guys just lurked, deeply appreciate that. And if you enjoyed the stream, be sure to like, comment, and share, and subscribe to the channel if you haven't. And if you're on the Discord server, feel free to join that as well. So anyways, I'm gonna try to like get like hopefully a little movie night going, because we, you know, since, you know, for hopefully like some more of like the Daredevil Born Again stuff that we've been watching, kind of like took a little bit of a backseat for that, you know, to watch the DMC series that recently released on Netflix. But hopefully gonna try to get something going in the Discord in a bit. But until next stream, Rogues, which will be tomorrow, for probably gonna be starting things off with Aria of Sorrow. Much love. Thank you guys for coming and hanging out with me, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Thank you for watching.